now for the greatest show in the history of great fucking shows.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
Okay, man, here we are up in studio, 48th floor. Beers with Brokeass. With my main man, T-Rash.
Yo, yo, yo. T-Rash.
And my other doggy-o, Ali G.
What up, what up, what up? What's the topic of the day, my friend?
I just got to go into Jack the Ninja Hutchinson.
Jack the Ninja Hutchinson.
Yeah, he was in the news recently.
Get out.
Yeah, I guess he was charged with manslaughter. He was a security guard, working security at Trinity Western in Langley. Apparently, some out of control dude was going into like people's rooms and stuff. And little dog was basically trying to, corral him. And for 20 minutes they fought. For basically 20 minutes, he kept he would
just, it's going all over the place.
It's going all over the place from room to room, and nobody helped him.
Yeah, they all just whipped out their cameras and
they whipped out camera phones and stuff.
Is this online?
No, it never made it to line. The cops are there. They basically corralled everybody's cell phone evidence. And
Yeah.
So basically, he's getting charged with something like this, and I find it a little bit not funny, but
so he's working security, getting charged for manslaughter for doing security.
Okay,
yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, so from what I gathered, because I did talk to Jack in person, but I'm not going to tell you exactly everything that he said. But the guy was 6'5", 230 pounds. Jack's 5 foot nothing. 160 pounds tops.
If that.
I seen him a while back.
And when I saw him, I asked him what the fuck's going on, and he explained it to me. Now I was kind of chuckling and laughing, and I said sorry to him. I was like, honestly, man, I don't mean to laugh, but fuck, were you ever in a fucking dogfight? He's 17 and a half minutes. They were fist fighting. Every time he hit that guy and that guy dropped, boom, he was right back up. And he's like, there was nothing I could do to detain him or anything. So he was just fighting until the cops came.
Because one other thing that they are told not to do now is chokeholds.
Yeah.
So you can't slip in a choke the guy out 4 seconds.
Really?
Just because liabilities and stuff. Yeah. That's what they tell you not to do now.
Yeah. But
the guy died 3 days later in hospital, or a week later in hospital. So he's so now he's in a court battle.
What?
Yeah, they charged him.
This is crazy.
This happened. No. This happened in September, and then in December, 3 days before Christmas or whatever, he was arrested and charged with manslaughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In the afternoon of September 30th, 2020. Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like I said, this is what I was chuckling. I was like, fuck, Jack. I can't fucking believe it. I was like, because growing up, he was one of the tougher cats, right?
He was doing parkour before parkour was
I remember
parkour.
He used to be
jumping off buildings and shit, the amazing and climbing up
Spider-Man.
He was friends with Donnie G. He was friends with Donnie G. They played basketball. And Jack was a pretty good athlete too, right?
Oh yes, yeah,
really good at basketball.
He was very good, very good.
His passes, I've seen him break people's nose.
Oh yeah,
I saw him he broke this guy.
He had those no-look passes, right?
Yeah, the no-look. He broke a guy's tooth.
Dude, he
would hum those things so fucking fast. It busted the guy's tooth out.
Jack was also very compact, right? He was 6
small and stuff
too, but fit into a 5'5" body, right?
Yeah, shredded, Olympic caliber athlete he could have been.
I seen him one day. It was a while back at the mall, maybe 5 years ago, but he still looked pretty much the same, right?
Oh yeah.
He was walking with, I think his
body
wife.
fat was fucking
yeah, he had nothing.
2.2
he told me I was like, fuck, thank God you did all that, training and whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like 2 years ago. I stopped 2 years ago because he figured that he would never need it.
Yeah.
Would never need to like get into an altercation. He's working at a fucking Christian school for.
That's
fuck's
where I
sakes.
seen him. He's lifting weights all the time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And he's, you know, he's like, never
mixing
thought I'd
that
need. So I just
cocaine.
stopped going to the gym and stopped training and whatever. And I was like, but fuck, dude, I get.
Do you remember
paid
the
off,
time that
man.
you brought him up
Paid
to
off.
Beano's? There was something going on at Beano's. I don't know what was going on there, but Jack showed up. It was one of you guys was getting into something, but Jack showed up there, and it was around the time where Jack used to wear the muscle shirt. Remember?
Yeah,
And he was
oh,
working
yeah,
out
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
Popeyes,
He
Popeyes.
was freaking ripped,
Shredded, man.
Right? I don't know
I
how old
didn't
we
know
were.
that like a calf like has
Yes.
like 2 parts or even
remember
4
that?
parts. It's like, you know what, until I saw his calf, I was like, oh shit, that's what a calf looks like with no fat on it.
Exactly.
Well, Kobe Vivero has fucking
Shredded
nice calves.
Popeye,
Yes.
man.
Every time he posts, I'm like, I want to lick those calves.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's shredded. Kobe's fucking awesome.
But yeah, Jack. But anyways, we can't really talk too much about it or whatever. But it's just
I just find that funny though that
from what he told
nobody
me.
fucking helps. They
Well,
all
people are-
pull out their fucking
people
They
are
don't.
cowards.
They don't.
People are cowards.
They don't, man. It's like when I got out to help that old man.
Yeah.
Everyone just
Nobody-
You
stood
had
there
to
and
whip
watched.
your own cell phone out and say, "Hey,
Yeah,
videotape
like
me."
like I'm doing that myself while I'm doing something. You know what I mean? But it's the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. No one's gonna help you, man.
No, and people are just like, fuck. You want to know something? It's we live in a society today where if let's say for instance 5 people jumped in on that guy that Jack was having a problem
Yeah.
with there, and let's say the guy died right then and there,
They would blame
that's-
them all.
That's 5 extra people getting charged.
I don't think so. I think
Right?
it would work
No.
the other way.
No,
I think if
it
someone
wouldn't.
helped, I think it would be more of like we're restraining this guy. This is what happened, right?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if it was a woman or something and got involved, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
There's got to
but
be.
yeah,
This is
people
what
are
I'm saying. This
cowards.
is what I'm
People are
saying.
Cowards.
I love Jack to death, but there could be a piece missing that you don't know.
Well, of course, but I mean, like,
That's
Something
all the
something's
videos.
not adding up because if I'm a security guard and I'm at say Save-On and somebody's fucking around, you know, whatever, and I detain them, but they punch me in the face, then we roll around and he hits his head, he dies. I doubt they're gonna charge me, right?
No, well, a lot of the times they will charge you because they want it to go through the courts. That's what they'll charge
Yeah.
you. They'll go, listen, like when I got charged down with the rugby players downtown, they basically, the cop grabbed me, let me go, and they came back and said, oh, you know what, like buddies, like on life support, like you know, you pounded out like 4 of their other buddies. You'll probably beat it. This is what he said to me. You'll probably beat it, but you're definitely going to be getting charged with this. You're just
Yeah,
gonna have to go through
I get
the
that.
courts. Because then at least nothing's missed.
Yeah.
Especially now, right? A guy dies at a school and Christian.
And they've
at
got to
a
investigate. Yeah,
a Christian school, for fuck's sake. If it's a public school, they see more crazy things, right? But in a Christian school, like they're probably, oh my god,
And the guy
you
was like,
killed him.
was
you
he
know what I mean?
breaking in?
Apparently, he was fucking like, yeah, it's breaking into
okay.
the people's dorms and just rushing in and he was,
and roughing them up, beating them up
and it's
inside their dorms.
And then Jack shows up, he's by himself, and it's like I better get on. Or the guy attacks Jack, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't there, right? But
It's going to be interesting. See, I don't think it goes anywhere.
imagine
Personally.
running into that guy. Jesus Christ.
I don't think it'll go anywhere
No.
personally, just because you know,
How can it?
guy's fucking doing his job, right? It's not like it'd be different if they have cell phone video of him, you know, doing
Starting it maybe-
2-footed stomps on the guy's fucking head, like, you know, then it's, you know, you're not.
But if you're hitting the guy and he's getting up and you're hitting him and
Yeah.
he's getting up, what
And
do
you don't
what
know-
do what do you end up doing? He's gonna kill me now.
You don't know what this guy was on. Like, have you ever seen the cops when somebody dies, when the cops are fucking like trying to, like, you know, snag them or apprehend them and stuff, and they'll come out and they'll say excited delirium.
Yes.
That'll be the first thing. They'll go, oh, you don't even understand how many people can die of fucking, you know, excited delirium. He's on drugs. His heart rate is racing. He's in a rage and shit. And, you know, and it's an actual cause of death. Like, you can't get your heart rate to fucking go back down and you end up fucking dying.
I don't think. I think what happened was he just got slammed around a lot, right? They're fighting.
Absolutely.
Head
Absolutely.
trauma or whatever.
Internal bleeding.
Jack just kicks the shit out of you, right? He's got to. It's his life or yours. It's fight or flight.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking at that time, I got a wife. I got people at home that love
Kids.
me. Kids.
Yeah,
I ain't fucking
yeah,
dying
yeah,
here.
for sure, for
Fuck
sure.
this guy.
Yeah.
I would think the same way, right?
It's but like back to what we were saying. It's like the people pull out cell phones and shit, like to
It's
record
brutal.
every
I hate
single
that shit.
thing, and the fucking like to get likes or to get this or to get that. Like shame on you, man. Like fuck.
I
you know,
remember
Scumbags. Don't let your kids go to
That's
church.
why I don't like humans sometimes.
I was watching a thing on, I think
Fuck
it was
'em.
like Facebook, as a video about a guy making a joke about people that do that, like pull their cell phone out.
Yeah.
And it's a lady walking by and she sees a guy screwing something into a wall. She's like, "Can I borrow your drill for a minute?" And she takes the guy's drill and acts like she's putting the screw into the wall.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those people.
Like-
what the fuck do they call them?
Yeah, they do
like
that
they're
all the
like-
sh- all
You
the
know what I
time.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
just
it's
for-
like, what the fuck?
Just
right?
for
Like-
likes and just, you know.
And but in Jack's situation, I don't think it goes anywhere.
I fucking hope not, man, because you know what I
course
mean?
not.
Like,
Like, he's doing his job, man. And if someone's breaking in, I think they got through the channels. That's
yeah,
all
like,
it is.
so here's what I don't get. Like, let's just say he was, you know, wrestling around with this guy, and then the guy, you know, got away and grabbed a knife and started stabbing somebody. Then they would blame him for fucking not doing enough. You know, where's
what
the,
I mean.
Where's the fun? You know, like,
Exactly. Where's the give or take, right? The fine line.
If you're in a fight for anywhere over 3 minutes,
It's a fight for your life.
absolutely,
I don't care.
Absolutely.
Defund the security guards, man. Defund them. Defund them. Fuck the security
Well,
guards.
it's exactly, but
Fuck 'em.
like he just said, that he made a good point.
kidding.
If someone breaks in your house and you're going at them for 3, 4, 5 minutes, after the second minute, it's a fight for your life.
Absolutely, because it could turn just like
here,
that.
hold on. The laws in Canada are different here. If somebody breaks into your fucking house and slips on a puddle of water on the floor and breaks their leg,
You're liable.
they sue you
Yeah.
and they win every time.
Yeah,
Down
I
in
know.
the States,
No,
it's a
but
totally different
We're
subject.
talking about like if he breaks into your house and you're fighting this.
Yeah,
guy.
Just
so-
in
of course, I
general,
don't
it's a-
think that-
Oh, absolutely.
in
I don't
general, it's a
and
fight
he
for your
dies
life.
inside your house.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't
And
think. I don't think. I don't think you get arrested. Or
Like I
nothing.
say, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he's not a security guard, and if, you know, basically, you know, chokeholds are fucking banned. Like, Alex, if you're with that guy, you would have choked him out. Probably.
I could have. It's like there's an old saying, like, if you say we get into a fight in a parking lot, me and some guy, or outside a bar, and I go at him and I take him down and he smashes his head on the concrete. I caused that.
Yeah.
Whether it's just a fight, and I'll still
Absolutely.
get charged for manslaughter for that, for sure.
Yeah, of course you
So
can.
it's like, that's why sometimes I don't even bother with certain people.
Yeah.
But in that case, I have to get out and do something.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone's getting smashed in the head with a brick. I'm not going to let that happen, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You have like, oh man, you want to know something? Like,
All I know is I'm
I
glad.
always-
But now after hearing what you just told me about Jack, I have second thoughts now about getting out and helping.
No, I will always intervene.
I always
You
will,
gotta help,
but
You can intervene with words and say, "Fuck you, get away."
That's
Fuck
true.
You, fuck you. Try
Just
to scare him
distract
off,
them, right?
Right. And if he comes at you, then oh wow, then it's not, and then it's really going to be self defense.
and they have video there, so they've got video.
Oh,
of
they
every
yeah.
hallway.
They have
whatever,
like there was
right?
apparently there was like 30 people around pulling out their phones and fucking watching. Like there's 17. What was oh yeah, we don't want to talk about any of the case or anything because all I know is there was a lot of fucking people there. So that's and that's not always a good thing.
It's not either. It's
You have too many people there. It gets all jumbled and it gets confusing. And these people are on
But it's
your
also-
side, and then
it-
those people are on his side. It just gets all
goes
fucked.
back to any of those videos you've seen,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not gonna talk about the major ones that we all know about, but
Mm-hmm.
when you see those videos, my problem is with the people that are holding the phone. You're the first one to complain about the cops doing this. Well, then fucking drop your phone. And if you know the cop's killing somebody, I'm gonna take a charge and kick that cop in the face.
Absolutely.
Well, just
100%.
like the-
100%. If I'm standing there, I'm not gonna be like, he's dying. Let's just let him die. No, I'm gonna walk up, push the cop up, or
Yeah,
something.
just like
Absolutely.
the Floyd case where you kneeled on the.
That's what I'm sure. That's what
on
I'm
the
getting
throat.
at.
Like,
right?
was there a prick there drinking a Slurpee?
Yeah,
Was there
and
someone
they were
drinking-
all-
like
they
that
were all
fucking
filming.
Like that pig would be covered in a fucking Slurpee if that was me.
Exactly.
To
or
draw his attention,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
come get me.
Anything.
And now, if you draw his attention and they start coming at you, you'll have more people that will start throwing shit.
yeah, it will start.
Right?
It will start a chain reaction
boom, boom,
because
and they start
your
throwing
balls
Yeah.
give them balls.
Absolutely.
And I-
it's
and
a pack mentality.
And I agree with that right there. Abe.
And those people, and this
Throw
is
your
my
cell phone
honest
at the guy.
opinion.
They cause that.
Like what and that court case is coming up here. Like it's starting up pretty quick here, and they should give that prick the death penalty, They honestly should.
The cop?
The
Yes,
cop.
for sure.
The other 2 cops, they should be like 25 years in life. But however, let's go with the fucking cunt that was videotaping it. That prick that was videotaping all big behind his words. He should also be stoned publicly for fucking being a pussy and a coward.
What's the movie called, man? You know movies. The movie with Jodie Foster. Same thing, right? Where the guys,
the accused,
where the guy's banging around the pinball table, but it's not. He doesn't get charged. But everyone else who's cheering in the background also gets charged. Same type of idea. If you're gonna sit there and let someone die, that's crazy talk.
It is.
That's crazy
That goes
talk.
with everything. Like
Fuck,
I
man.
said, like
People
you
are
can
fucked,
yell.
right?
Like if that guy videotaping
Grab a can. Grab anything.
If that guy
Throw it.
videotaping it would have been like, fuck you, pig, like just kept screaming at him. Those other cops might have came at him and
someone was saying you're killing the guy.
Yeah.
well, that's not enough.
It's not enough.
That's not
When you know, if you can see the guy dying, right, and I'm standing there, I'm walking by, and what's going on here? All of a sudden, I was like, "There's this guy's dying here." Like, go and just tackle the cop. So what? You get
It's a human life, man.
Yeah. So what? You get a charge.
And I don't think there's a jury in the world that would have convicted
And
that
you'd be a fucking
person
hero.
for jumping in. Yeah, and you'd be a hero.
Fucking right, you'd be a hero.
Be a
100%.
hero. Don't be
Yeah.
a fucking zero.
Yeah.
And start videotaping
that's
everything.
the problem. Is like it's like
touchy subject though. Right?
nobody wants to fucking get their hands dirty anymore. They just like you could see people yelling for help on the fucking like street and stuff, and they just kind of look and
I was
they'll
dating a
walk
girl
right by.
who left my house, went on the SkyTrain, and I guess 1 or 2 stops, she got punched in the face by some dude on the SkyTrain. The guy got off, ran around. Everyone stood there and watched it. No one helped her. Long story short, she comes back to my house, and I'm like, "No one helped you?" She's like, "Nobody. Everyone just
Bleeding.
just fucking stood there," and she just like busted nose. I was like, "What the fuck, right?"
Fucking brutal.
That's what I mean. There's no vigilantes anymore. There's no one that helps, man. Just not.
No.
Not that many, anyways. But
some people
I
still
could
do, yeah.
honestly say that fucking like the people that we grew up with and the cats that we know would never let something like that happen though.
Not in Surrey, that wouldn't happen. No. We're all standing there at Max, and then a cop pulls up, and he's got Al Duran and a fucking by the neck, and he's got Duran. He's fucking gonna get it. I'll chuck a rock.
No. When that happened, I think everybody was laughing.
Oh, the dildo situation.
Yeah, everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
There was no helping them out. We're like, let's see where this goes.
Yeah. But that's different. If
is he gonna slide it
if
in
a
his
cop's
mouth?
on someone's neck back in our day, right, and we're all standing there watching, one of us would have picked up a fucking rock.
absolutely.
Gare on fucking team.
Oh, absolutely.
Calling more a rock coming from nowhere, somebody, right?
It would have been someone, yeah.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right?
It would have been enough to back him fucking right off.
Or start the situation at me, like,
Yeah.
come at me then. If you're
Chris Fincati would have stole his car.
Exactly.
Like that cop car. Oh fuck, that was fun.
Those guys
man.
were fucking. Those guys were.
Assholes.
Yeah, those guys were pretty good too.
That one
Forgot
was
about that
funny,
guy.
man. Fucking, I remember all
Forgot
these.
about him.
All these. So remember that we're at Max. So we're at Max, fucking, and the fucking. I guess Max just gets robbed, and like we're all out in front of Max. So all these cops roll up, boom, guns fucking drawn, jumping out of the cars, like practically jumping out of the cars with the cars like almost like in gear, and then they like slam it in gear and and they jump out. They fucking run in the store, boom, boom. Yeah, we're looking for the guy that robbed him. We're like, what? Like, all of us have just been
Exactly.
sitting out here for like
Amy.
18 hours. Like, when did it get robbed? He's
Exactly.
like 10 minutes ago, because we were kind of by the Panago, right? And then fucking all you see is, oh, fuck the car. And then Fincati jump in the car and race away. And all the cops jump in their cars and they chase Fincati and they didn't catch
That is ballsy, bro. Yeah, ballsy. Like,
fucking funny, man.
that guy's hanging around. Remember, what was the other guy's name?
Fuck that.
Peter Meakin, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Peter Meakin.
That
was-
place was fun.
Peter
man.
Meakin's the first guy to ever offer me marijuana. Do you know that? When I was in grade
awesome.
3, he offered me a joint.
In grade 3?
Yeah, at grade 3, Peter Meakin he was in grade 7,
Jesus.
and he
What
had
an
to.
asshole.
Do you know when you're like when you're bad?
Yeah.
And the class goes on a field trip, but you're so bad you got.
Oh,
stay
yeah,
back.
yeah, I've done that a
Peter
couple.
Meakin had to go sit in our class, and he's like, "What are you doing after school?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, he pulled out a joint, and I'm like, I actually went to meet him, and he just stood me up, right? He totally stood me up, but.
That's
That was
hilarious.
him, man. I'll never forget it. Right? Never forget it till the day first joint I ever seen was Peter Meekin in his hand. Fucking crazy, right? Crazy shit you remember, right?
That's fucking funny, man.
But Finn Caddy, man, he had balls, bro. All those guys, man, like I don't know.
He's all high on fucking glue and shit.
That's what I meant,
that
like-
big. He had a bag of fuck. I'd never seen a bag of glue so big. It was like
I never knew
like
he did
one of
glue.
those shopping, like like this,
Really?
like the paper Safeway bag.
Mm-hmm.
It was like one of those with a ball of glue in there, and like maybe in a like plastic bag, and then he just. I'm like, what the?
He'd
fuck?
huff it?
Oh, he was huffing it,
he'd
man.
stick his hands there, open up the
Put his head in
Ziploc
there.
bag type thing, and just. And then he'd have the ring. Remember the ring?
Oh,
the
fuck,
fucking
man.
the glue ring.
I
around
don't
his
remember
fucking
that.
mouth.
Like I don't remember him,
he's
like because I wasn't like
fucking
I didn't know him
gross,
that.
man.
I didn't know him that well.
It was gross.
He really sniffed glue that bad?
Yeah, he huffed glue that bad. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Whatever happened to him? Does everyone know?
Fuck, I don't know.
Marco
man.
says he's still alive. He's always talking to some dude at Shell gas station. Hey, yeah, where's Fincati? Oh, I don't know.
No,
He
that
over
was
there.
that's Bobby's fucking Jeff Frick.
Oh, Jeff Frick. Yeah, I see Jeff.
oh,
Frick.
you're
That was
looking-
Jeff
oh, you're
Frick
looking
that
for Frick.
No, that's who I was talking to. That was Jeff.
That
Frick.
was Jeff Frick. No way.
I knocked Jeff
man.
Frick out, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He stole all my ice cream off my porch, right?
you don't even want to touch this guy now. Yeah, I saw his hands. I was like, oh. It's about fucking puked.
Tell
bomb.
us the-
and he's touching all the fucking
He
gas
he
pumps
knocked on
and
my door
shit,
one
too.
time, bro, and like when a crackhead knocks on your door and he just wants something, right? I don't know what he wanted, but I looked out and I seen it was Jeff Frick, and I'm like, if I open the door, he's just gonna come back. They won't stop, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't open the door, and then like I go to get some ice cream that night, and sure enough, all of it's gone, man. I just bought all this Haagen-Dazs, for $2.
Oh, did you have your fucking
Freezer on the porch.
You had your freezer on the porch.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. I
And then
remember
Jeff Frick took
going
all
in
my
there and
ice
getting
cream,
some
man.
steaks. Just kidding.
Just Jeff Frick took all my ice cream, and until I caught him like 3 months later at Mohawk. Needless to say, right, I punched him right in the face, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
So angry, man. So angry, dude. So
I
looking
remember
forward-
there was a
peanut butter ripple too, man. I'll never
yeah.
forget. Fuck.
there was a whole bunch of people that I knew that had their deep freezes out on their porches in Abbotsford, and they're all getting fucking ripped off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Most people put locks on them, right?
Yeah.
You just don't ever think someone's gonna steal ice cream to take the meat. I would think that, right? But Haagen-Dazs.
Well,
that's how I knew-
Haagen-Dazs is like fucking.
Well, also
$12 a fucking
guys like
barrel.
Frick, they use it as heroin addicts. They like sugar, right?
Yeah.
They eat enough of it, it gives them a little rush, like heroin, right?
Oh,
That's why they eat sugar all the time.
Ah.
That's why you always see them with ice cream at,
But anyways, that
10 in
didn't
the
look
morning.
like Jeff Frick. Yeah, fucking
no, that
teeth
was-
rotting out of his head. His fucking
Yeah, he's
fingers
fucked.
and hands were very what is that? Necrotic? Is that right? Is that a word? Very necrotic.
Yes.
It looked like he had fucking flesh-eating disease.
Hey
for
man,
fuck's
that's like
sakes.
that's like some hardcore addiction, man. Like he's on the streets for
that's like
fucking
15
hardcore,
hardcore, like
man.
digging in garbage
Oh, yeah.
cans, and
Oh yeah.
your hands get calloused up, bro.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
Laugh away.
Yeah,
the guy
well,
he
the
was
life
very
shit.
very zombie looking.
Life
very,
can beat the shit out of you, man, when you're fucking
fuck does it ever?
But
on
see,
the
the way I
streets of
look at it
Guilford
though,
Wally.
is me and Marco were kind of talking about this the other day, and a lot of people we know they die of drug overdoses, right? And I always think people, it's a tough subject too. It's another touchy one, right? Because I look at addicts differently than some people do, right? If you're an ex-addict, you're gonna look at those people and be like, well, they can't help it and this and that, but I think you can, right? And it's sad that these people do drugs and then they leave all these people behind, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm kind of like on the fence on it, right? Like, I don't like the ones that are out there just kind of like stealing and fucking making your life miserable. I understand
Yes.
it. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do to get fucking high. Then they should have the free drugs, but they should have a fucking clean supply of drugs, man. Because anybody that does drugs or goes and is a weekend warrior and blasts a rail should not be dying for fucking.
That's what I'm
over
saying.
cocaine.
And some of these guys, that I know that have died, some of them probably don't even do it all the time. It's just that one
just
time they pick it up.
Socially, they do it like socially on the weekends or every second weekend or twice a month or
Right.
whatever it might be.
Bowling night on Wednesdays, whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, what a fucking idiot.
That's all good.
But yeah, it's like
But
Go ahead.
Go.
Go.
No.
Go. I was going to say I've seen a lot of people pass away lately.
Yes.
A lot of it's been ODs
Well,
and drug overdoses.
Craig Anderson passed away.
That's insane. It's
For our viewers who don't know Craig Anderson, he was part of the the Kool-Aid gang that fucking robbed me of my Kool-Aid and bread back in the day.
Yeah.
Craig Anderson and
He was
Carl
funny,
Anderson were the
man.
first person
Yeah,
that ever
Anderson.
stole my bike.
Yeah.
I think they stole
right,
everybody's
man.
bike.
Bike, bro.
Craig Anderson stole
I literally had
Jab's
my bike for an hour.
Yeah.
I came home from school. My bike was sitting in my grandparents had showed up. It surprised me. There's 2 bikes sitting in the driveway. So I, take the bows off the bike, take the bike up to Hasty Market. When you put your bike outside and you put it near the video game so you could
see it.
peek out the window.
Yeah.
I must have turned my back for less than 2 seconds, and one bike was gone, and I found the other one in a garbage can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Then I found out it was Carl Anderson.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Craig Anderson, he was a funny guy.
The Andersons, when I was a kid, they were like feared, like the Anderson brothers.
They're shit disturbers.
They were
They
like,
were into everything.
yes, man,
Fucking
everything,
funny,
bro.
man.
The long hair, and they were rockers before rockers, right?
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Right? They ran with a cool crew.
I was telling
Bobbit and all those guys.
I was telling this girl I was dating about how like some of the styles back then, about how dudes used to hike their socks up. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
With their jogging
yeah,
pants?
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And she's
yeah.
like, this and that. And I was like, I still know a guy who does that, right? And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
who? I'm like, Ben O'Bong, right? He's the last time I seen him was probably about maybe 6-7 years ago, and he literally pulled up to me on a 10-speed, man.
Oh, no
At
way.
Guilford Mall, man. Yep.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Still doing the same shit, bro.
Wow.
Bombing around, looking like exactly the same, bro.
Nice.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, no, we're gonna get I just want to touch this, we're gonna get Mike Lucas in here. He was best they were best friends when they were pretty much younger. And we're gonna just talk about some of the people that, have passed and
Is he here?
No, but we're gonna do one in the future.
That's good.
When he comes, right? Because we have buddies too, right? Like I'll just say Lewis, Robert Marwood, Marwood. Like I can barely say the guy's fucking name without crying, man. And it's only been about a year. It fucking
Yeah,
kills
man.
me.
Louis changed too, right? It's different. It's like it's I don't know, man.
Lewis
Like
was funny, man.
he was, but I seen him maybe 4 weeks before he died, and he was fine, man. He was coming off of everything.
Yeah.
So he must have just went off the rails for a night or two, and
That was it.
That's what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get clean when every corner is a Russian roulette, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't play with that stuff no more, man.
I think everybody, I just want to, anybody that does do fucking the odd rail or whatever, I would even don't touch anything for a couple years until they figure this thing out. There's just way too many people dying, man, and it's not just people on the street that are harsh addicted. It's guys that blast a fucking rail once or twice a month, and they just it's it.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
over.
get it. I don't get it.
No. This is the perfect time where the government should step in and put in those fucking coke vending machines, man. Something that has
Something.
clean cocaine in there.
Something.
that comes back as cocaine should come back.
Exactly.
Not fucking cut with
I agree with
speed or
that.
fucking anything else or just pure cocaine. But here's the thing: because you want to know something, the government's so stupid, because those weekend warriors are your fucking taxpayers that are dying. Those are people that still go to work,
Yep.
still fucking pay their
Exactly.
taxes, still everything, but yet the government don't give a shit.
But think
just
about a
another
guy-
one, just another stat, just
Think
another
about
stat.
me myself when I used to do that stuff. It was always on a weekend. Never did it during the week. Never did it when I was straight. So if I could have a machine where on a Friday night I could go up to and just blink my $40 in, and
Oh, it'd be
I'd
line up. It'd be line
I'd be
up.
done.
If
I
it was in
there.
Vancouver, the lineup would be to Surrey.
right? And I wouldn't,
sure.
I
Like,
wouldn't
that's how
be
many-
abusing it because come Monday,
Yeah.
I could still phone somebody and get cocaine if I wanted. It's not like I can't. I can always get cocaine. So,
But at
I
least
never
this
did
one
it.
But
know
it takes. But you see it, and here's the thing: is that
And you cut out the middleman. You cut out all the borders out. You cut out all the drug wars. You cut out everything.
You're cutting out the drug dealers for a little bit, but because it's going to tell the drug dealers wisen the fuck up and stop cutting your shit with shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
no
it's not only them that like cut it. Like they're getting it cut right from fucking Mexico and
We're
shit.
getting it cut from the second. It's the second person that touches it that's cutting it.
But
man.
if you go on a Donnie G kind of look on it too, right? On the conspiracy side of it, what if the government's tainting that shit? And they want to get rid of addicts because they cost a little bit too much money.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
know.
Here's the thing: is if you buy it from a fucking if you're buying it from a vending machine, you know it's gonna be
That's what I'm saying.
free of chemicals, free of fucking whatever. It's just gonna be cocaine.
They should definitely be handing
You're
out.
getting, and then
free
you'll have a
heroin and stuff
fucking,
downtown.
and then you'll have a
They got-
heroin one. Then you'll have a fucking crack one.
They got to figure something out. That's all I know. Is like they got to come together and they got to figure it out. Like we're talking like 20,000 fucking people in the last 4 years or something like that. It might
insane.
even be more than that. And
I don't know. I like mushrooms.
Yeah, Robbie likes.
I like the mushrooms, man.
But see, you're doing organics, right? But we're talking heroin. You're talking.
But I started to hear about people having fucking honestly like bad trip after bad trip after bad trip of mushrooms, man.
Yeah, they were like putting acid in it.
Like
or
they're fucking
something, or
doing
they were-
shit to that. Like
Yeah,
why
yeah.
the fuck do you have to do something to something like
yeah,
that?
Because they want it so crazy, so people will go, "Holy fuck,
Fuck,
those
your shit was the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
Or you're trying to stretch something, right? If you're trying to make something better.
Well, and you see, that's the
Right,
fuck. I know a
right.
piece of shit. Like,
But see, that's what people don't understand. Fentanyl. Before I didn't mean to cut you up, but fentanyl. A lot of people won't cut coke with fentanyl because it costs more. So you got to think about the where you're getting the fentanyl from. Why is it happening? Why is it in that guy's batch? Like,
well, yeah, it's getting cut right from. I'm telling you, man. It's.
I think you're right, man.
It's not the cartels that are cutting it. It's the people that get it. So if you
I
buy,
think what
so
happened-
if you're buying 40 keys, you're the guy that's cutting
I
it
don't
to
think
make
that's
that
what's happening.
80,
I think
or to
what's
make that
happening is
whatever.
these big
And then it gets
cartels
cut,
or
cut,
whatever.
cut,
They've
cut.
got other drugs in those warehouses: fentanyl, heroin,
Yeah.
cocaine.
Of course they do.
And then all of a sudden you're pressing us all together,
Yeah.
and all this dust is mixing, and then a little bit of heroin gets in that little key of
Good.
coke.
That's
And that
possible.
it's no difference when you see
Because they use the sifters
or an
whatever.
athlete who pops for steroids, like Canelo, right? When he popped for steroids, and he said, well, it was tainted meat. And they actually tested the meat the guy was eating, and they found it was tainted with steroids, which went into his body. Hence,
Yeah.
but is it true?
it's plausible.
It's
But we all
plausible.
know that
plausible.
Canelo was fucking.
We all know who's Jack.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't,
Yeah.
or John Jones, for
Yeah,
instance.
for John Jones, for
the
instance.
picogram they found.
But
on him.
they have ways out of it, right?
They have
They'll
ways
be
out
like,
of
this,
it.
I need to like inject me with steroids, but here I need you to inject all my meat in my fucking freezer with steroids as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we'll freeze it, and then if I get caught, I'm gonna tell them that's the meat that I was eating.
See, I never thought of that angle. That's a good. That's a good. That's
They all do it. They all do it. That's why. That's why some of them really never
Or you
get.
throw it
Yeah.
into your protein powder, and you say, or you go to the store. You go down and you're a millionaire. You can go buy 10 barrels of protein powder. Chuck a little steroids in each one, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the government definitely has to do something about fucking getting them some clean drugs. over
Because
there, man.
it's brutal, right? So
I agree.
You got family members that are fucking heartbroken. You got fucking,
But-
you got kids. You got parents.
Yeah.
It's just such a crazy negative
Of course it is.
trickle down.
Of course it is, and everybody looks to the government because they're either doing shit. Well,
Right.
let's face it, they're not doing shit,
Right,
And,
right.
and they're like like fucking. I'm sure. Who's the bumhole of the mayor bumhole of Surrey?
Doug McCallum.
Doug McCallum, yes.
Yeah, he's a. Don't get me started on
But
him. Go ahead.
anyways, everybody's probably like yelling at him, fucking do something about the crisis, do something about the crisis. He's like, I can't fucking do shit about the crisis. Well, you want to know something? Somebody has to like fucking step up and make that. And why not him? Why not him? Why
thought you got
why not
something.
say fuck the federal government?
Yeah.
We're doing it this way because we have a huge fucking problem right now, and we're gonna put vending machines out. If you don't like it, pound sand.
Here's
Yeah.
Do something about it.
How about this though? This is another example of something that I see. I'm at I go to the store up the street from me that sometimes I get Tylenols from, right? And they sell a cheaper Tylenol. So what I do is I go up there and I buy the Tylenols, right? And all of a sudden this guy's in front of me and he's getting his little methadone and he drinks the cup.
Yeah.
And then they're giving him a packet of what looks to be maybe morphine, I don't know, in the packet. And then he looks to me. He turns to me as the pharmacist hands him the packet, the sealed packages, and he says, "Do you want to buy some morphine?"
Yeah.
Like the minute he gets it in his hand, he's
Absolutely.
turning to me in line and asking me to buy it. And I'm like, and the pharmacist is staring at him. And I'm just thinking that's part of the problem too.
Of course
Because
it is.
these guys don't give a fuck behind that counter. They just pan that shit out, hand it out.
Not just that. For the last 20 or 30 years, pharmacists pay these guys.
Right.
They will pay them money to come get their drugs from
Right.
them. Huge. And it's been going on for 30 years. So if you're a drug addict, here's your $15. They give you the cash right in the
Right.
morning. They have 30 people lined up. Then they're your loyal customer, and you're pumping out the
Exactly.
government drugs to them, and you're making money hand over
Right.
fist.
It's
It's widely accepted, and it's known that they do that.
Yeah, but like like the bottom line, who cares about that? Fuck. At least they're getting their fucking
what
synthetic drugs.
you had Alicia on here, right? Doesn't she work with that type of people? Those type of people?
Yes.
No, she said she's more in the trenches, really.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do they hand out any type of free heroin or anything downtown to stop them from getting bad heroin? I'm just asking. Did you mention that? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
It's a good question
No.
to ask her next time they're in there because I'd like to know that.
no, she just goes and does like wellness checks and
Brings them.
brings them stuff and whatever and tries to get them into different housing.
Because you think about it, right? You think about someone like her, the shit she sees, and it must just infuriate the fuck out of her when she's down there trying to help these people, and then the government's not helping her, right? They got to give them, like Rob said, they have to have clean drugs for those people, man.
Absolutely.
They're gonna do them anyways.
Like it, and I don't mean to say this, but especially for your fucking weekend warriors.
I agree.
Like, but you want to know some? Like I know some people that would use it, but I also know probably about 60% of the 100 people that I know would not use it.
The shame of it.
Because they would not want to be like have to give out any sort of ID or be on camera or anything.
Yeah, just let anyone know you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got a lot of businesses. Here's another thing.
But everybody should be given a code.
But there's a lot of companies though, like for instance, a lot of businesses where you get caught sniffing cocaine, they drug test you or whatever. So when you're a weekend warrior doing cocaine, you probably just shouldn't be doing cocaine. Let's just start there. But if you're gonna do it,
It should be clean.
it should be clean. at least, right?
Absolutely. Nobody should be dying over cocaine or any drug.
No, not when it's not when most of those drugs are. I just don't.
It's nuts. Like,
How can you go? What was it? Let's say 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing
nobody
any of that
died
shit.
of cocaine 20
Ever.
years ago.
Ever.
Unless the fucking.
Unless you've
guy-
got a table full of it and you've been fucking,
Yeah,
8 days
exactly.
into it or something. Yeah, I get it, right? But no.
Yeah.
I can remember. What age was that, Marco?
I
when-
talked to a guy that we grew up with, but I won't say his name. They're showing up on calls, and these guys are, they do their hit, and they fucking face plant, the cigarette still in his hand, burning, dead, and they show up.
See, that's what got me to stop doing it.
Like,
because-
it's carfentanil or whatever it is. It's basically killing them within 3 or 4 seconds.
right. But what happens is when you go home, most cocaine guys that do coke, even if you're just a weekend guy, you'll always do it, but you'll always save a little bit if you're going to go home by yourself. You just always will, right? And you'll always go home and you'll fucking bust a couple rails and chuck a movie on, fucking whatever, smoke a cigar. You'll fucking do that. So that's what stopped me from doing it, because every time I did it by myself, I'd sit there and think, what if this, like, I'm fucking by myself here,
Yeah,
right?
you're done.
I'm fucking done. When Crystal lived with me, at least someone was there, right? Like,
Yeah.
she could call somebody at least, right? That's scary shit, bro.
Crazy, man.
It is.
So I don't know.
Fuck, man. So, yeah, in the news today, Tiger Woods just got into a crazy car accident.
I wonder if he was drinking.
I don't
We
know.
won't find out probably till maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, broken legs and broken bones. He's in surgery right now. He's all fucked up.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. If it couldn't get worse for that fucking guy. Like,
What do you mean worse?
well, just he's trying to make a comeback and he's just playing the shits, and it's like he's, you know what I mean? He's a shell of what he once was.
Whatever that happened to him, that whole, getting caught with the porn star, all that stuff, that was it for him, right?
Yeah.
You lose your luster a little bit, and then you start worrying about what people are thinking about you, right, all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Less about playing golf for it.
Absolutely. Plus, he's been so riddled with injuries.
Maybe he's just banging the shit out of some hot porn stars, and now he's not. Right?
You know, that's funny that you should say that. Not the porn star thing, but riddled with injuries and shit. And you know, but when he got caught with the
Yep.
porn star, because John Daly was one of the fucking heavy hitters in golf way back when.
Yeah.
And he went downhill as soon as somebody called him out for alcoholism.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Right.
that?
Because
And it
it's-
was all in the news, this, that, and the next thing. And then all of a sudden, boom.
Because
had to
he
do the
can't-
rehab. Then he
Lot of
fucking
stress.
And then when he came back, he was never the same.
People are watching you.
You should
differently,
just
right?
let these fucking guys do whatever. Let's see what they're capable of. If Tiger Woods wants to fuck 8 hookers in one night,
I agree
all
with
at the
that.
same time, and let them snort cocaine off his fucking
It's also
taint. Let
it's
them.
also
if
like
that's what
do
keeps
you know when,
them going.
Do you know when back in the day, I think it was Roger Clemens. They thought he was they got
Juicing.
popped for steroids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I also think that when you're Roger Clemens and you're getting to be 43, 44, let him do some steroids. Let's see how fast these motherfuckers can throw from baseball.
I want the steroid Olympics.
I
I, want to
think they
see
should do-
someone lift 1,000
That's-
fucking pounds over
I'm
their
a-
head.
de-
Just,
I agree that if everyone's juicing in baseball,
1,000 pounds.
let them juice. And if they want to juice, they juice. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
But
I want
what-
to see someone throw that shot put 400.
Who does not like to
fucking
see Mark
yards.
McGuire crush a ball, 500 feet?
Yeah.
That's great. And he's got arms that are popping out of his skin, right? He was juiced, right,
Yeah.
bro? Sammy Sosa, too. Come on, bro, right?
Yeah.
Bonds, all those boys. But
Yeah,
you know,
like,
everyone
let them.
did it.
Let them.
Let them, exactly. If you're going to let Barry Bonds do it, let Roger Clemens do it and see if he can hit
Well, we might have to. 'cause
140 mile per hour
the
fastball.
entire Russian Olympic team got roasted fucking for steroids.
I seen that movie. It's called
Was it
Icarus.
Icarus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to see the steroid UFC. UFC on roids. Just put 2
How
fucking
about
guys
this
in there.
topic, okay?
and
no
just let 'em
chokehold.
clash.
How about this topic? I seen it on Facebook today.
fuck.
I'm banned from Facebook, by the way, for 30 days. So I'm on
What'd you do?
I call some guys mama whore.
And they ban you for 30
Yeah. As
days?
soon as I wrote
Oh,
the
yeah,
word whore.
everyone's so fucking like.
Yeah, it's so touchy. So, anyways, I got
Oh.
banned. I'm on my 33 days. I'm back on, right? So, but I can't get involved in the conversation. But someone posted a picture of Fallon Fox, who is an MMA
yeah,
fighter
yeah,
who's
yeah.
transgendered.
Yeah.
And she's fighting women, but she was once a man.
That's right.
Yikes.
So now she's apparently broken 2 women's skulls, right? Fractured 2 women's skulls.
Me and Casey were just talking about this.
Everyone's in an uproar. So this is why I brought it up.
We weren't
What's
talking
your
about that,
What's your
but-
opinion on that? Like my
Okay.
opinion is, people don't look at someone like Amanda Nunes, right? And someone said, well, it's like me fighting Nate Diaz. It's no. If Amanda Nunes fights me and she cracks me in the skull, she's got the ability to fracture my skull too. Of
course she
you know
does.
what I mean, right? So
But here's okay. Just you guys just hear me. Okay, so like with Fallon, right? She wanted to fight in UFC a long time ago, and Dana White was the one that said, "Fuck that. That ain't gonna happen because that's still a man hitting a woman.
it is.
You grew up as a man your whole life. You still went through all the the hormones and everything else. And no, that's not gonna happen.
You're physically stronger,
Right?
This is true.
Like if you want to go do that, you do that in another organization. And she did. She fucking went and fought in another. And now first time I'm hearing about caving in fucking women's
I just
skulls.
seen it on today.
But now
Was it 2 or 1?
2.
Amanda
I remember it being
Nunes.
one.
Amanda Nunes, for instance, she's a full on woman, but her fucking boxing skills are on point.
And her arms and legs
if
and limbs and stuff are.
And if you stepped in there and fought her, she
cracked my skull.
I know, but you're putting yourself in a situation of you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Right.
If you lose, you lost to a chick. If you knock her out, you fucking woman beat her.
Exactly.
So that's why there's certain sports. There's certain sports that women
Fight
and
women.
men- yeah, that women and men cannot like. And fighting
Intertwined.
is one.
Fighting's one.
Fighting
and,
is
and,
one.
And I agree with I agree with something like hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think a woman can get on that ice and skate with someone.
Well, there has been like.
but taking those checks.
I know
and stuff,
Manon
come
Rhéaume
on.
was was.
But
a
she was in
female.
net.
I know she was in net, but there's some hold on. There's some positions that a woman can play safely. Let's say is what
Yes,
like what we're
that's
calling.
what I'm kinda getting
Yes,
at.
there is in hockey, but you want to know some? They should all be given
I
their
can't
chance.
picture a woman quarterback getting it smacked
Drafted
like
first
Tom
round
Brady.
by the Edmonton Oilers
Here we go.
Lisa Jerkson or whatever the fuck I'm just making up
Yeah.
a name, but let them have their chance.
I agree. But in fighting,
But it will slow the game
so
down,
you-
and the game will become
in fighting
less
though,
effective
it
or
was
less aggressive.
So you want to see women in the NHL?
I would love to.
I
I'm all for it.
They
I'm all
can't.
for it.
They can't. It's like
I'm all for them in the NFL too.
Okay, it's like saying they have a WNBA and they have a men's NBA.
That's one where they can cross over.
But they could. But why don't they?
Well, you want to know something? Is because it's still old fucking pricks that own those teams.
Okay.
And it's no woman is going to make as much as a fucking man.
I don't think it's that.
Look
too.
at that pay grade. Those just hold on. Those women get paid like BC fucking Lions. Nothing. They get paid
Right, but
peanuts.
what I'm saying
and
is,
then you have the upper
if you
echelon.
put Leslie Bird up against, say, LeBron James, okay, they're in the fucking paint. She's not gonna outmuscle him.
It doesn't matter about that.
You know what I
Alex.
think?
It does matter. Power matters.
Because they're still good.
They're still good. I
They're
know.
still good. She's still better than half of the fucking players in the NBA right now.
Leslie Bird, she is definitely.
So therefore, she deserves her shot at being paid to play.
I agree.
Or
Have them play against.
Or keep them in the women's league. Keep the NHL in a women's league.
Mm-hmm.
But take 10% of overall
Earnings
from the men's
And filter
leagues
that down.
and filter that down to them so where they can be paid properly.
Do I think an NBA women's player
honestly,
can play
like, tell
basketball?
you the
Yes.
truth,
Yes, I know. I know you do.
But
I
hockey,
know you do.
Hockey.
Yeah, but some of
I
the-
agree.
some of the
or
top-
like say football, for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go NFL. I don't think there's no woman that's gonna be 300 pounds and be an offensive lineman. It's pretty tough to move like that, right? It's just
Yeah.
They now when it comes to football, they're not going to be linemen.
It's
and
such a
shit.
tough,
They're going to be
weird-
like
it's a
maybe
tough-
wide receivers or something.
It's
man.
such a touchy subject,
yeah,
right?
They're going to be wide receivers or something.
Because like you look at Tom Brady.
I'm open to you know what?
You look at
let
Tom
them
Brady.
try.
Let them try. I agree, but
Let
why
the women
don't
try.
they?
Let them try to conquer it.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. The problem is, okay, say the NHL opens up or every male sports league across,
It says women are allowed.
No, say women are allowed. There won't be enough of them to make the team.
Couldn't they do it like they do Canadian football players
Like-
in the CFL where they
Where you
have a
have
certain
to have
amount of
three.
Americans? And you know what I mean?
I'm open to
Like 3 women per team kind of thing, whatever.
three women per team. But here's the problem with that. Then, so all of a sudden, if it's 3 women per team,
What position?
there's
right?
only 30 teams in the NHL, right, or 31, whatever. So there's only going to be 93 fucking women.
Can I just interrupt you
No,
there?
but listen.
Okay.
So you get 93 women hockey players in the NHL. Okay, on the team. Say that's what it is, and if one gets injured, then you'll have spares and stuff. So you're going to be drawing these women from what? Like you're going to just draw them from like
Yeah, if they're not playing, they're not playing, right?
yeah.
I know what you mean.
So
right?
say two of
No.
your listen. Two of the women get injured. So now you need to fucking suit up another 2 ladies. You're just gonna.
It would have to
pick 'em
start
out
from
of,
the grassroots, bro.
cherry
It'd have
pick
to
them out
start-
of here. I get that, Marco, but you want to
I
know
think
something?
the best
it
is
should
just
be up.
keep them women's hockey, keep the men's basketball, men's
No.
fucking, and then women. So you want to see.
No, but okay, check this out. So let's say this. You want to know something? This is where these old pricks come into fact.
I'm
A
open to it, though.
Listen, let's say for instance I own the Edmonton Oilers, or no, let's say for instance I own the New York Rangers.
Okay, you own them.
Yeah.
I own them flat out. I own them.
Yep.
I want to be able to draft a woman to play on
I
my
agree with
team.
you. What
That
if
should
you-
be- just hold on?
Okay.
That should be my choice. And if I do draft them, guess what? That's the biggest
Hey,
business.
Robbie,
But what if
I'm
you-
ever gonna
Draft her.
draft her or whatever? If I draft her and boom,
exactly.
she's playing center. Fuck, whatever. She's gonna play with whoever else. You play with whatever teammates I have.
Yeah, yeah.
But you want to know something? It made just the biggest and wisest business decision
Oh,
ever, because
absolutely.
now
Yeah.
who's gonna start watching hockey? Women are going to start
Well,
watching
a lot of women
hockey.
do already,
A lot
but-
of younger women,
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of like girls,
Who's
and stuff
gonna
like that.
aspire
But it
to,
should be
make
my
the NHL?
no, but it should be my choice if I want to hire like if I want to hire a woman to play on my team.
But women
right?
are
And
allowed.
no, they're not allowed.
So how can she play hockey then?
That's what he's
No,
saying.
I'm saying that it should be my choice as an owner.
But if
To draft.
but if she played goalie, that means she was allowed to play in the NHL. So women are
Yeah,
allowed to play.
Rayon was. I don't think that you can draft a woman still. I don't think you can.
But if say I was sitting there, I'm a scout, and I just happened to be in some town where some woman plays hockey, and she is like, I look at her and I'm like, this is the next fucking fucking Wayne Gretzky right here. You're telling me I can't draft her?
I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe
We should
they
find
can.
that out.
Maybe
Yeah.
they can. But however,
I don't think you can.
But however, and going back to what you're thinking, it shouldn't have
Did
to
she
be
just
three
walk on
players,
then?
three players. Yeah,
How did she play? She just walked on.
yeah, I believe so. We'll have to check it out. I'll Google it.
Google Manon Raynom or whatever.
No,
right?
Raymond.
Well, they did it kind of for like a publicity stunt because it was an expansion team.
San Jose, right? She played for
No,
Right.
I believe it wasn't
Ottawa,
Tampa,
San Jose?
Wasn't
It was Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I just got it mixed up.
Olympics. So she achieved a number of historic firsts during her career,
I'm sure
including
she
become
did.
the first woman to play in any major North American pro sports leagues.
That is pretty cool.
All right, so she was allowed to.
I'm open to it. Like I just I think it would just work better for if they trickled money down and they helped out the females, because like it's all about dollars and
Who puts butts in the seats?
exactly like
She was not drafted. Hold on, she was not drafted. She just signed a contract with Tampa Bay Lightning of the NHL, appearing in
Oh, yeah, no,
preseason
100%. She wasn't
exhibition games
drafted.
in 1992. That's because at that point she was the best female athlete, like in hockey. She spent 5 years playing professional in the minors, playing for a total of 7 teams and appearing in 24 games.
24 games in the minors only?
For a total of 7 teams and appearing in 24
Wow.
games. Yeah.
yeah. That's
So she was a backup goalie. Yeah.
Yeah. Winning gold medals. But
oh just the
I had to say
yeah
it, man.
yeah backup goalie, you asshole.
no, she was like, no, she was a, she,
Well, 24 appearances in 7 seasons. That's not a lot of appearances.
no, that wasn't for that. She appearing in preseason exhibition games in 1992 and 93. She spent 5 years in professional minor leagues,
Right.
playing for a total of 7 teams in the minor leagues,
Okay.
and appearing in 24 games.
Still not.
Not as a backup goalie. See, man, this is why women can't advance.
listen.
It's because of fucking
No,
assholes
not
like
getting
you.
it.
No, you're not getting it, Rob. The math.
The math.
7 years. She only started 24 games. That means she's the backup goalie.
Is that what that means?
Yes. It's all good. Rob's not too good with math. Oh, this is
No, she
gold.
spent 5 years in professional minor leagues, playing for a total of 7 teams,
teams, and she started 24 times.
and appearing in 24 games.
Oh, wow.
Who cares, man? It's because of guys like you laughing and shit. That's why women don't advance.
I'm not laughing at the fact
because of
that
that.
she's a woman. I'm laughing at the fact that you...
24 games in 7 years. It's like what, just over
3 starts a year.
3.5 starts a year.
They're like, chuck her in. We got a 5-goal lead.
Oh, man. See, man, that's so sad that you guys think like that.
You
man.
fucking asshole.
You guys think like
No,
that.
no,
So
we're
sad.
laughing at your math.
That's not my math. I was reading the fucking shit. That's right
No,
off
but
fucking
you didn't
Wikipedia.
understand that. You're like,
I was just reading the stats, man.
but you were like, she's not a backup. No, if you play 24 games
Maybe-
in 7 years, you're
Maybe
like,
she was off doing other things.
What happened, kids? I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
holy.
Oh, yeah.
fuck.
Hey, Alex, we forgot to tell you that this podcast goes directly on. There's no cuts.
Oh, yeah,
There's no
exactly.
edits. There's no edits.
I don't care. Fuck do I care?
You sexist
I'm
fucking prick.
asshole.
Misogynist prick.
No, but you want to know? You want to know another sport that fucking men and women could totally play against each other? Tennis. Serena
Soccer.
Williams
Soccer.
would
Well,
kill
it's
them.
proven who what's that Billie Jean King beat
Yeah, that was proven like fucking what's that? 30 years ago.
Yeah, fucking-
We're talking about now. Serena
50
Williams
years
killed
ago,
half the
man.
fucking guys.
She's
out
fucking
there.
right she would.
But you want to
She's
know?
hot, too.
And do you want to know something, Marco? Yes, soccer. I think the Canadian women's team would beat the shit out of the Whitecaps. Fuck, man. What the fuck? We should just have a Canadian team that represents all of Canada.
Yeah, just
Send
one
them-
team.
Yeah,
Exactly.
send them down. Make
Just
them a
send them
women's
down.
team.
Yeah,
Women's team.
yes.
Send them down, to play for the.
Could
Crowds.
Haley Wickenheiser play in the NHL? Is what I'm asking.
In her prime, for sure.
I
she
think so
could've.
too.
In her prime,
Easy.
she could have.
So-
Sure. Well, she's retired now, I think, right?
But she also
But
had a
yes.
different build,
Easily.
right? She was.
Oh, there's so many that just have some serious skill, right?
They
had
should still be
good
given the
skill.
opportunity to go through the
I
draft.
think so, too.
To go through to be drafted, to be chosen, to be
You
drafted,
know what?
and play.
Like Rob, I've never tell you the truth.
Tell you the truth, I think she
I've
could win.
never really thought about it before.
Yeah.
But I would be open to have 3 or even 4 females on a team.
But the only
And mandatory that
Yeah,
4
no,
females
no.
have.
Maybe it has
No,
to also
see, don't-
do.
like you start making rules like that, you
Guys,
change the
but
fucking
we're also-
game.
No, but here's the thing, Rob.
Marco, look at it
all of a
different-
sudden, all of a sudden, this is what people are gonna do. If you don't dress, you have to have a
Mandatory of one woman dressed per game is great.
But that's not
And
a-
then maybe go
That's
2,
like
and then
saying
maybe go
playing-
3.
you're
and-
playing
and then-
professional
I don't know,
baseball
but
and you
then
have to
maybe have a whole line of women who are kicking ass and fucking,
I just think, to be fair, right across the board, and the only way that it would happen is, okay, let's just say 3 then. They're 3 women have to dress at all times.
See the way it would
Otherwise,
work,
it
though-
wouldn't happen because you go to the Stanley
It's
Cup.
fair, yeah.
You get to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Stanley
yeah,
Cup
yeah,
finals.
yeah.
All of a sudden, hey, where's your feet? Oh, she's injured. She's got the flu, and
I
the
know
other
that.
ones-
I know that. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know that.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, wow. The hand gesture that Marco just did right now is very, very, very sad.
Anyways,
sad.
man.
It's like 7 games and 24.
Yeah, that was
24.
Hey, fuck you, man.
I had bad math too. At first, I was like, what?
I was reading exactly what it said on
No,
there.
I know, but you were reading what it said, but you weren't understanding.
I don't give a
that
shit if I
she's-
was understanding it. I'm reading it to you. But anyways,
She's a hockey god.
yeah, she is. But anyways, like you should really like think about that. Like it would be awesome. But however, you know the only shitty thing about that is that
Yeah, what?
is that the game would become less aggressive because it puts
I
it
think
would
so,
put
too.
a lot of players in a
Yeah.
damned if you do, damned if
Yeah.
So like fucking let's just say
You're
Al
lining
Green
someone
comes
up,
right
right?
across and boom and there's a concussion on it. Yeah, now you're an asshole for hitting a woman.
It's kind of like the
So
time
hard.
I remember that game we used to play in PE called Bombardment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, one time I was gonna peg Garnet from like corner to corner in the gym, and I laser beamed one, but Garnet moved at the last
You
second.
hit Bambi.
No, Carla Green,
Ooh,
right square in the face, bro.
blew it up.
Blew her fucking nose up. She cried, ran off. I felt bad, right? But it was because just Garnet slipped out of the way, right? I swear to God on my life. It came one of those. Do you know one of the ones where you don't see it coming? You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
throw it and you're
And
like,
then-
oh fuck!
and
And all of a
then
sudden I was like,
boom.
bing, and I felt bad.
I hit a couple girls too
But I didn't
on purpose though.
Really? You were a bully. That game was awesome though. Do you
That
remember
was
Bombardment?
Bombardment, yeah.
I remember getting pegged quite a few times. I used to like playing in the portable gym.
Yeah,
That was my favorite, man. Fuck, you get those little
When
balls.
fucking when Morel and them would turn off
Yeah.
the lights and go for it.
Yeah.
It would just be a fight right in the middle. You just run up, start
awesome.
swinging or flying kicks and whatever.
I seen
That
him at the
was
reunion.
Fun, man.
He was at your guys' reunion.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Morella's awesome.
Mr. Chang was there.
Yeah,
The best was they had teachers on there that were supposed to come. They never showed up though.
yeah. Probably because I showed up.
That was fun that night though.
That was fun, man.
But I mean, like we right now we're in a position where like we're always like trying to build like women up and like women's rights and have the same rights as men and this, that, and the next thing.
Right.
But like as little kids, like girls are playing hockey as little kids, and the furthest that they can go is the national, like playing for Team Canada.
That's
or
what
whatever.
I mean. I don't agree with that either.
Okay, so but now like if they said women can now be drafted, now you're giving all those little girls that start playing hockey at a young age, you're giving them hope, you're giving them everything that like it's going to be harder for them to be drafted because they'll have to be absolutely exceptional.
This is, but this is my kind of point.
But just hold on, just let me finish. But now, but you're giving them hope. You're giving them like something to strive for. Like the end game is making the NHL.
I agree with hope.
But the problem is,
There's a difference between men and women when it just comes to physicality.
Yes, I know.
So when you're physical, so like if you're a little girl and you're hoping to make the NHL, and then you get up there and you realize, well, you've hoped your whole life, but you're only 125 pounds and you're only 5'8", and you get up to the NHL and you realize there's guys up there that are 5'8" and 220 pounds and built like brick shit houses, and when you get hit by them, You get your bones crushed.
Yeah, you're gonna.
So
they have to be on
that's why women
steroids.
really can't play hockey. It's not because they're not skilled or they're not good enough. They're physically just not
But
capable.
You should
to
be
take the
given
punishment.
the choice.
For sure, you should be. But
I want to go for the NHL, or I'm not big
Can you
enough.
imagine a 125-pound woman getting hit by a guy that's 180 pounds solid, like muscle? She just get crushed, bro.
I know, but there's been small guys in the NHL before, Fleury,
But they're
and
fucking solid.
They're still 165.
They're still like
solid.
I
what I
know.
mean
Yeah.
solid. I mean
Yeah.
they're like fucking.
But
You know.
But you see, it would be the evolution of women. It would be the evolution of women in sports. So the women now know that, fuck, okay, so let's say next year 2 women get drafted and whatever, and they're playing, and now they're saying we got to be stronger. We got to
But
be
without steroids, they'll physically just never get there naturally. There's never rarely going to be a woman that's stronger than a man. It's just very rare. Just from physical nature. and
It's testosterone.
It's just the way it is, right? Exactly, right? Estrogen.
testosterone.
I don't know. They should still be given the fucking opportunity. And now look at like the NFLs. Like you're telling me that this woman who coached, or sorry, was the referee in the NFL last year. You're telling me that she wasn't around, that they just randomly picked some chick off the street and said, "Oh, you want to be a referee in the fucking football league?" No bullshit. This woman's been around for a long fucking.
She's probably
period of time.
either played football, coached football, something, right?
Yeah. So like fucking what now? Okay, well now because of all the like equality and especially is like high now, like equality for
I
women's
say if
rights,
you've
same
got
as men's
if
rights.
you're a woman that's built like 175 pounds and you want to suit up and you got the balls to go there and do that, by all means you should be given the right to do it. That's not what I'm getting.
But I mean, like fuck, some like there's even some women in soccer that could be like professional kickers in the fucking NFL.
See, soccer's a little different because it's a little less physical. It's like baseball. I could see women being in baseball being the same skill level, but do you think that a woman could throw a pitch as fast as someone like Roger Clemens? I don't know.
Well,
I just
like-
don't know. I don't know. Is it because of their?
Yeah, but
These are
yeah,
questions,
but,
right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like Alex, it's about the evolution of sports, right? So women play fast pitch, right? Is that fast pitch? Like where they pitch underhand,
Right,
but that ball's still coming at you.
Oh,
80
yeah,
miles
I
an
agree
hour?
with you.
Okay,
I'm just asking.
I know, but now,
Yeah, yeah.
but now check this out. So if women could be drafted in the major leagues, right? Guess what? They stop pitching underhand and they start pitching overhand.
Yeah, I agree with you, but
Right? It's an evolution. It's an evolution of sports.
I think also that wind up does, because I remember Brian Drager, and I believe it's Brian Drager and Shane Drumbolis and those type of dudes. I can remember going and watching them play fast pitch. And I remember Brian Drager throwing that fucking ball, and he could huck a ball, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Underhand.
Yeah, underhand. Like
So-
like the fast pitch.
Yeah,
or
so I
whatever,
agree with you.
however
I
they
agree with
played it.
you.
But it's the evolution of sports. So now like when women start at 7 and 8 and 9, 10 and all the way up, they start pitching overhand. Because at some point there, they start pitching underhand.
But there's also different positions too. Do I believe like Nick's niece Elizabeth is really, really good at baseball. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the college levels are looking
Absolutely.
at her. She's really good. She can hit a ball, and she's a good catcher. So I totally believe that if someone was throwing a ball at her overhand, she could learn how to hit it, and she already can catch a ball. So she could definitely play in the majors, 100%.
Right?
Just an easy switch.
They should just be given the opportunity. That's all I'm going
I
to say
agree.
about
I
that.
agree with that. Right? If there's
Well-
a woman coming out of college who's just as good as a male at the same position, say it's a quarterback, they're both throwing it 100 yards, or everything's, the combine numbers are the exact same. Of course you should be drafted. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. If I wouldn't have made the worst investment in history here, I could have bought a fucking sports team, and then you could have had your.
Did you invest,
Have my
did
team
you
of
invest
women.
in these cards instead of
Just hold on.
Bitcoin?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just wait. There's a fucking backstory here. So, was this the 2014 Olympics? No, 2010 Olympics.
2010, man. It was before 2010.
Yeah.
I went over to Jared's house, and
Guys are
Jared,
just idiots, man.
Jared,
Go ahead.
check this out. So Jared's like, "Hey, man, fucking look at this thing. It's called Bitcoin, and it was right after the 2008 crash. So he's telling me about it. I'm like, oh fuck, I love it. Like I'm like, oh, this will. I really, because I don't like banks and stuff, and I'm like, this can take off, man. So many people lost their shirt. I'm like, this could take off, and I'm like, he's like, you should buy it, man. I'm like, well, how much is it? He's like, it's 9 cents each, Bitcoin. So he's like, you should buy
9 cents.
You should buy $1,000 of it.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, he's telling me about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, fuck, it looks like. I'm like, okay, so will they send me like a coin saying I have 1,000 of the coins, or a shirt or something?
Never.
And he's like, no, it doesn't work like that. It goes into a virtual wallet, like it's. And I couldn't get past, like, I'm like, well, fuck.
Not having it possession in your
or
possession.
at least anybody,
ticket, something.
taking up a phone and saying, yes, sir,
You're the guy.
We're gonna send you a shirt, and you just bought fucking 10,000
card, whatever,
9
right?
cents each. I would have had 10,000 of them, and 10,000 times. I think it just dropped to 45,000 per.
You want me to do that? So you had 10,000 shares?
It's 450 million.
Yeah. Let's see.
If
Times 45,000.
There's a time when
40,000
Bitcoin
45,000
per Bitcoin.
45 per Bitcoin now.
Yes, 450 million.
Yeah. Marco would have had 450 fucking
Or
million. What a loser, man.
No. Or what he could have done is sold half of it, kept the other half when Bitcoin goes up to 85,000 because it has.
Yeah.
It's gone up higher than
It's-
45.
Yeah, it was up to 63,000 just the other day.
But let's just.
Insane.
But I
Let's just
probably
listen
would
to
have
this
sold.
loser.
But here's the thing, right? Instead, I went with. I spent $1,800 on tried, tested, and designed for a clean glide through any amount of coke. No more painful large rocks lodged in your nose, so you can attend every event with a sweet jaw swing.
But here, let me read mine. Oh, it's it.
2010.5-inch Olympics. If you ever had a problem at the U.S. border and customs because your license was gummed up with blow, this is the card for you. Don't leave the country with it.
Or else, how about this one? Skaters, rail carver, snort or die, rail slide, nose slide, tail slide.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
What a loser, man! He made business cards out of rail carvers to cut
These
up
are
cocaine.
good plastic fucking cards, though, man.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, but here's the thing.
There could have been definite tweaks to it though.
I had the. I
spoon.
still have the website. Everything fucking built. It's all ready to go. I just didn't find it funny anymore because fucking like a year after this, maybe even 9 months, fucking Nikki gets her head blown off in the fucking Cadillac.
Yeah. See.
And then it wasn't funny to me anymore.
Yes.
All of a sudden, people are dying over drugs. The fucking drug trade, then you had the Surrey Six and all this, all these killings. All of a sudden, this wasn't funny to me.
I was watching a thing on that just the other day, and there's Global News is doing a segment right now on that. Basically, it's called. They've been around for I think it's 60 years. Global, it's 30 or 60. I forget what it is. 60. And they're like 60 years of this and that, and they went to the 90s, and they went to back when Bindi Joel and those days, the 90s, and even around the time that Nikki passed and all that.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy out there, bro. They were
it
showing
was
scenes
crazy,
of
man.
dudes that were driving around with bulletproof cars, bro.
Yeah.
And that's insane,
And
man.
they call it hunting. They're just going around hunting and looking for
hawking,
people.
right? You know what I mean? That's what they call it in the States.
Well, Marco could have had I don't know, 450 fucking million, but this is my favorite fucking rail carver. I'm gonna fucking read it to you. All right. Hey, first of all,
wait,
hold on.
First of all, dude,
Where
first
am I
of all,
going here?
Sorry.
I want to read what I'm going. I want to read along.
You read the pink one, Alex.
He's gonna do the bitches.
That's
Hold on
my-
a sec here.
that's my funny
So
one.
what we're gonna do those because people that are listening, we're gonna take a picture of all these rail carvers and I'm gonna throw them up on Facebook. And it's going to be like this segment. We're going to call it like the worst fucking Bitcoin investment. Instead of buying Bitcoin,
Yes.
I did this. So other people, what we want to do is make it interactive. If you have like a Bitcoin story where like I almost bought it, but fucking, my car broke down and I had to, you know what I mean? Like, or got broken into by a crackhead and I had to pay the fucking deductible and the $300 I was going to buy the fucking Bitcoin and I didn't buy the Bitcoin.
See, this is the
because
funny
honestly,
part.
hold on. I think this is probably one of the worst fucking not buy Bitcoin investment
it's
that I've
the
ever
worst.
done.
Yeah,
because
that's a
because
good one.
This is ridiculous.
Here's the deal. Why it's really bad. This is why it's really bad. Because I'm going back to math. All right. This guy spent $1,800 on these cards.
Yeah.
But he only had to spend $1,000. He
could
spent an
have-
extra $800.
He could almost had a
No, plus the $2,000 to build the website.
I know.
$4,000.
so at 45,000 shit, you charge 900 million.
Exactly.
What a
He
loser.
could have dropped all of the
Hey
whole
man,
investment.
there's
right?
winners and there's losers in this life, and I'm definitely not a winner.
It's not that you're not a winner. It's just that you win on different shit, man. You're on
No,
the,
but check this out. Okay, Robbie,
Okay, ready?
let's
This
read
is my favorite
The
fucking
bit-
rail
hold
carver
on.
one. This is the pink one.
I'm gonna give it to Robbie.
Okay.
Let me sign it off to you. Robbie T-Rash is gonna read the
T-Rash.
bitches rail carver.
The bitch's rail carver. When your boyfriend is at home swinging his jaw, you and your girlfriends are at the club swinging your tits for drinks. Don't forget to do a few snifters with all that extra cash. So when you get home at 8 in the morning, you don't have to lie because it's not cheating when you're coked out of your head.
it's true. It's not cheating when you're coked out of your
And
head.
it even has diamonds on it.
It does. Diamonds
Get
are-
your jaw swinging.
Swinging.
Railcarvers.com.
dude.
I
could
still
just-
have the website. Like I still like it. Everything's up and ready. It's all like somebody can make money. Hey, if anybody wants to buy a fucking website, that's all
not.
ready to go with the rail carvers.
Yeah, we'll even give you the rail carvers. Yeah, you can sell those on your website.
We'll give them to you for $450 million.
Yeah. How about $450? I'll take 0.0001%.
Your interest has gone backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Fucking funny though. I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is fucking funny. But I think it's. Have you ever been ripped off or scammed or anything, Alex? Like,
The worst scam I've ever had done on me, I've had a couple good ones. I had one where I was living in a house with Al Duran and Jamie Urquhart, and I think it was my brother. And this girl comes to the door and she says, "I work for the province," right? And she was kind of cute, so I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So I listened to her spiel, and she had one of them receipts books. You know, like you get at like a like Elvis Pizza.
Yep.
It's not like a regular receipt. It's like I wrote it myself. Like, how many pizzas are you selling, right?
Yeah.
And back in those days, I just assumed a receipt was a receipt. And she's like, "Yeah, you know, your paper will come." And like my paper just never ever came, bro.
that's awesome.
But if she wasn't hot, I probably wouldn't have fell for it. I'll be honest.
How
with
much did you have to pay for the paper?
you. I think I gave her like $15 up front, and
Oh, so it wasn't all that much.
it wasn't much. But she's going door to door to door, and then I ended up meeting a girl, probably about a year after that, that was doing the same scam. Like, and she would do it all the time.
Oh,
She would
that's
just go get a receipt book and pop up at your door and ask for anything. I work for BC Cancer, anything.
Really?
Yeah, just make shit up, bro. And then you just
Wow.
you get, because some people just they get a receipt and they just think, "I got a receipt. It's got to be real."
Yeah.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Well, we were going.
And she was, and honestly, before I finished, she was wearing like a blazer, and she had like a top. You know, she looked like a businesswoman, right?
That's crazy.
I got scammed for shoes too, lots of stuff, right?
Oh, did you ever get like any fake money? Like,
I
did
got-
anybody give you fake money?
Not
before?
fake money, but fake shoes for sure.
Oh,
I remember going up
motherfuckers,
there
eh?
one time, meeting a guy, and I got home and I
then
pulled
you're
the
like,
shoes
"These are
out.
Fake.
It was on the box. The box had no colors.
Ugh.
And there's no shoe in the world that will give you I'll have a tag and it'll say black, charcoal gray, and
Yeah,
purple.
yeah.
Right? Whatever color. It'll have a color scheme. And I'm looking at the box. I'm like, there's no
Did you
fucking-
call them back up?
Number was done. And it was a little
How
shit.
much did you pay?
Paid $350, bro.
Yeah.
That was my first lesson. Then I realized
You
when I
gotta
go-
keep on
gotta
it.
check.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure, open the box, and then you gotta just know. Like, I knew something was up, and then when you get home, you just want to go back and just wipe the kid's face on the concrete, right?
Yep.
Just being real with you, right? I want to kill him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so mad, but then I thought it's a lesson learned. $350, pretty,
Nice.
cheap
That's-
lesson.
how about
right?
you, Robbie? Any kind of doopy doos or
No, I'm
scammy?
too fucking smart to be scammed.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I got fucking ripped off once. It's a while back. This is like, I was you know,
Better be good.
Building
Better
up
be
my, I was building up my credit and shit.
Oh,
and,
fucking boy. Did you buy a vehicle?
No, I was looking to buy a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Like I was looking to buy a vehicle privately.
Yeah.
And so, but I wanted a loan, and I was just right at the point where banks won't touch you, you know, credit's not good enough, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking online, and or fuck it, yeah, it was online, yeah. So I'm looking online, and boom, there's this website pops up, right? And it looks legitimate, like fast for cash or fast to cash or fucking something like that, right? And so I phone it up, and they're like, hey, and I was like, hey, and I was like, I asked them like a little bit about their website and whatever, and they said, oh yeah, you know,
it was built the other day by the same person that
built
my rail carver website.
There's a lot of like, you know, like testimonies and stuff like that. You can read, and so you know, I read a few.
Fuck,
and anyway, so we're you know, like we're going through the whole process now of
how much money you're gonna get here.
Yeah, getting approved. And it started off with he's like, how much would you like? And I was like, well,
Jesus,
I wouldn't mind 10,000. So you know, he's like, okay, well, we can get you qualified for 10,000. And how it works is we don't deal with the other banks. We have our own direct lenders and whatever.
Which is legit.
Yeah, which is legit because So, but our lenders are overseas, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of lenders overseas,
Absolutely.
right? So
absolutely. That's where I got my insurance, right?
He's like, so can I take your information and whatever? Took my information. He's like, okay, well, this is great. He's like, I'll give you a call back as soon as I get it off. And he's like, it could be a half hour, could be an hour, could be tomorrow, but definitely by tomorrow. 45 minutes later, they call me back, right in between half hour and an hour, probably about that. And so anyways, this fucking guy's like, I got good news for you, Robert. I got good news for you. You're approved for the $10,000. And I was like, fuck, really? I was like, fucking rights, man.
That was easy.
I'm picking up. I've already picked out my vehicle. I'm
yeah,
gonna buy
you're on fire.
Yeah, it's all running through my head, man. I was like, oh yeah, that fucking Ford's gonna be nice. Ford pickup truck or whatever I chose.
You're driving
and I'm like, yeah, picture myself driving already, right?
Fuck, that's awesome.
So we get down to the you know, the tax of it. He's like, okay, well, you have to send us over a void check. And I was like, okay. So it's a void check, man. It says void on it.
Yeah,
it
no,
says
that's
void on it.
unbelievable
So
because they gotta put it in your account.
And I was like, well, what do you need the void?
But I know.
I know. I was like, what do you need the void check for? They're like, oh, so we can take payments out of your account every month. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that sounds like legit because ICBC does the same shit, right? So I'm like, yeah, fucking rights. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you a call back and tell you when you can come down and sign the paperwork for your loan. And I was like, fuck, okay. So he called me back a couple hours later. He's like, hey Robert, we're having a little bit of a problem here. And I was like, what? And he's like, we're gonna need you to put some collateral on this loan. And I was
put some skin in the game.
I was like, what? I was like, what? Well, what kind of loan is it? He's like, to be honest with you, he's like, we need $1,000 from you to show us that you're for real and that you're not going to rip us off. I was like, rip you off? I was like, so if I give you 1,000, you're going to give me 10 grand? And there's a better part of me saying, don't do it, but don't do it.
But
don't
you're thinking
it.
10 G's,
I'm
right?
thinking,
I get it, man.
I'm thinking about that.
I'm in too, right?
I'm thinking about that fucking
truck.
That truck, right? And so I was like, so I'm like, who and Han? He's like, here, let me get my supervisor on the phone.
Oh no, not the supervisor.
Let me get a supervisor.
Now
on the phone
you're
for you.
fucking
He's like,
really hooked.
He's like, he could sell it to you, like not sell it to you. He didn't say so. He could explain it better to you than what I know. So he's like, and so his supervisor gets on the phone. He's like, hello, is this Robert Taber? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, hi, I'm Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman?
It didn't dawn on me, man. It didn't dawn on me. And he's like, and I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck. You know, I still like,
English accent. Like
no,
these guys have.
No,
like,
they. You know, they were Filipinos. You know how Filipinos speak perfect English, but they have that little
ting to it.
That little ting to it, right? And
I know exactly what you mean, man.
So,
oh my god, this is fucking killer.
he's like, yeah, he's like,
My manager, Phil Hartman.
so he's like, yeah, Cindy Sue was saying that she was having a problem. Cindy Sue was the first one, and Phil Hartman. So Phil Hartman explains it to me, and when he explained it to me, man, he had me sold. That motherfucker sold me, and I was like, so what I had to do.
Green, you need a beer?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Definitely.
So what I had to do is I had to
I'm in deep now.
I had to give them $1,000 in Visa prepaid gift cards.
No. You did not go buy them, did you?
The red light didn't go up, man. Phil Hartman sold me. He sold me on the fact that I give him a G, he's giving me 10 Gs. They have all my information. They have everything. So I'm like, okay, well.
It's so weird how you get so flat.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the truck still. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't do that now. I'm at work, right? He's like, well, like, would you be able to tomorrow? So I took the day off work.
Oh no! So
lost the day.
You lost $1,200.
So I fucking take the day off work, go to fucking Safeway in Surrey there,
and start buying prepaid gift cards.
I bought the biggest prepaid gift cards I can. I think they were 250, 0 to 250 at that time. About 4.
Paying $8 a piece to activate them, right?
No, that was on them.
Okay, yeah.
And
Of course they're gonna pay the.
So, anyways, I fucking so Phil Hartman calls me back, and he's like, and this is no word of lie. I swear on my kid's life. His name was Phil Hartman and fucking Cindy Sue or fucking something like that. And anyways, I think I still have the email. In my
that you should try to
phone.
pull it up, man.
And
we'll throw it up on Facebook. That's
so anyways,
beautiful.
He phones me up and he's like, do you have the cards? And I was like, yeah, I got the cards. He's like, okay, as soon as we get those cards and verify that they're real, the money's in your account. Right?
And you were fully expecting $10,000 in your account.
Yeah,
right?
and so I fucking I was like, oh fuck, man. So
Oh my god!
I sent him off.
Yeah.
Right? I sent him off. And you want to know something? Like the scam didn't stop there, man.
No, but as soon as you sent them off, did you were you like? Did you?
I was just waiting.
You were like, yeah,
I took the day off. I'm waiting in the parking lot, hacking butts, drinking coffee, waiting for my 10 Gs to hit the bank account. It didn't hit the bank, so he calls me back. He's like, oh hey Robert, we have a really 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 good news for you. Call me back while I'm waiting for
you give you more money, right?
He's like we just had because. He's like, what happens is we put your name out there in lenders and they click on it and bing, 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 and it,
they think you're good.
and it comes back. And one guy wants to give you $15,000 at the same interest rate and everything. He's like, but it's going to cost you another $250. And I was like, get fucked, Phil. I was like, man, I'll just wait for the 10 grand. And he's like, okay, well, I just thought, I just thought I would ask. And so as soon as he did that, I got off the phone and I called.
Thinking, like,
now I'm fucking steaming, right?
Now you know what's going on.
I phoned the because you know those MasterCards, prepaid MasterCards.
Yes.
There's a number on the back that you can phone.
Oh, no.
And I was like, hey man, I was like, get on the phone with the lady. I was like, I just bought 4 of these right now. And she could tell that I bought 4 from Safeway because I gave her the receipt and the numbers and whatever. And I was like, I would like to cancel those. She's like, sir, you can't cancel those.
You paid for them.
They're paid for them. They've and she's like, oh, they've already been activated. And I was like, I didn't activate those. She's like, well, these are the type of things where their possession is 100. Like basically, you lose it. Yeah. And I was like, well, is it getting used for anything? Like, what the fuck's going on with it? I was like, I don't mean to swear, but I just got fucking ripped off, and I couldn't help but laugh, right? Like chuckle. She's like, oh yeah, there's one that went to $38 at Starbucks. I was like, Phil Hartman, you fucking prick! I wanted to kill that guy. I was phoning him back, and it was busy.
Phil Hartman though.
Phil Hartman ripped me off for $1,000 to get 10, and Yes.
It makes my Bitcoin fucking non-investment feel a little bit better.
like, you know,
Phil Hartman.
Cindy
So did you ever
Sue,
talk to them
Candy.
again?
Huh?
Were you ever able to talk to
never
them again?
able to get a hold of them ever again after that?
Motherfuckers.
It's
They're
like it's like they
blocked.
block your number.
It's so weird though when you said Filipino accent, because that's only that I know exactly what you mean, man. And it's like that's crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How
And-
long did it take you to get over that? Because that's a. It's not about the,
Well, I got
the
paid.
amount of money.
I got paid on the Friday, so I was okay.
It's
Like,
not about the money. It's about the duping. Like how.
Yeah, you feel stupid, right?
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
You had to go home and feel a little stupid, right?
Well, no,
When I bought the
I
fake
told
shoes,
Marco
fuck
about
off.
it, and he fucking just laughs every
No.
time I tell it.
Yeah, but
No,
when I
no,
felt,
but
when I
the-
bought the fake shoes, I fucking felt dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Except I didn't have. I just felt dumb.
Not me. I didn't feel dumb.
You were angry.
I felt duped. Yes, you want to know something, and then
You violated.
You're like, they got you.
Yeah, that.
Because I remember when you told me the first time, you were almost crying.
Oh
Like,
shit! Never tried.
no, but you were really upset. You were like, "I'm gonna kill this guy."
If I ever fucking see a Filipino named Phil Hartman, he's gonna get clotheslined whether he was the guy or not.
The best is like as soon as that would have hit my brain because I would have been
It
like,
didn't
what?
dawn on me though, man. Like
I would've
he's
been
like,
like, huh?
yeah, this is hi Robert. I'm Phil Hartman. I'm the supervisor. It just, I was just 10 G's. I'm gonna drive that fucking truck.
Get your jaw swinging.
But yeah, man, it's like,
Realcovers.com.
but those scams are huge where people are like, fucking, look at that woman that got ripped off for
I got another
fucking
one to read to
45
you.
or whatever.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that 1 second. But here I got another. Get your jaw swinging. Railcarvers.com. This one is a pimp and hoe rail carver. If you're running out of blow, then just pimp the hoe. And it's got like a gold teeth,
Grill.
gold grill.
It's a grill.
This segment
I
has
wanna
been
buy one of
brought to
those,
you
by
by
the
railcarvers.com.
Yeah, railcarvers.com. If there's anybody out there that thinks they can make a few dollars with the railcarvers.com, it's up for sale. I put it on eBay. Fuck
Did you
it.
really?
No, I should though.
Put it beside Mookie Betts and get me to bully these guys.
Yeah. Fucking funny, man. Hey,
What's that up to?
Oh no,
anyways?
hold on. That lady, that lady just got fucked right over.
What lady?
A lady gets scammed. I guess she gets a phone call by a Chinese police, and they're like, we're
Oh, that's what I seen on Facebook. It's going all over the place.
We're
I know
in
exactly what you're talking
like
about.
we think that that you're doing some money laundering, and you better fucking send us over some money, otherwise we're gonna detain you.
Yes.
And
Like come to our
They've done that to me
come
on
to
my phone.
here,
Yeah.
come to
Yes.
Canada and detain you against the law.
No, I know, but it scared her, and I guess her father, the mother had just died, and so the father sold the condo and sent her like 400 G's or something. So she ended up like shipping over $360,000 through 5 different banks. I just want to say one thing: fuck you to the banks. I don't care if she said.
I agree.
If they asked her.
Yep.
They should have said, you know what, we're going to call the cops or call something because something seems fishy. I tried to pull out $5 fucking grand before COVID hit, and they were treating it like it was $5 million.
They do that.
That's a lot of cash, sir. Why are you taking out $5,000 cash? I go, well, I'm not just taking out 5 here. I'm jumping to 3 other banks to pull out more. They instantly flagged me
At the other banks.
at the other banks, and they're like, you're flagged now. And I'm like, I don't care, like, because I thought COVID would hit and then nobody could get money.
That's what I thought,
but it
too.
worked the other way. It worked like cash. You couldn't spend the cash anywhere.
You need a bank card or
Yeah,
something,
you need your
right?
bank card, right? So
See,
but that lady, man, a poor lady, fuck, man, 360,000, and she even said, like, in her things, she was so humiliated. It took her 2 years to talk about it, and she contemplated suicide many times, right? Like,
I was
they should
watching.
be on the hook.
Here's a pretty famous one, but it's crazy. I was watching the other night. I was watching a thing on YouTube about NSYNC.
yeah,
Right, about Lou Pearlman, how he brought NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, right? And I was watching this, and what he did is he actually made it like he owned an airline, right?
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
what he's got investors to invest in that airline. Then he
course.
turned that money around and stuck it into them.
Yeah.
Right, but long story short, most of it, like, he never even owned a fucking plane.
Yeah,
They were all models.
collateral.
It was
you're
all
pretend.
All pretend. But my whole
Smoke
point
and
is,
mirrors.
like, that's how easy it is to scam people. And if you look at it in the music industry, what you're talking about on the phone, you getting scammed, it's a $1 billion industry, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Because I
Billions.
know guys personally,
Yeah.
like in my family, right? And they've done a couple of things like that where they've run little scams like that, right? I don't care.
Yeah.
And in the end, what happens is you end up going to jail, or you end up you fuck some old lady out of her money, right?
Yeah.
And then you start feeling bad about it, right?
Absolutely,
So
karma.
in the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And-
frauds
and
are shitty, man. Like, it just...
This is my older brother that passed away, right? But
Yeah.
he did that in the States, and he got caught for fraud, and that's what he was doing. He was on the phone.
selling, like, fake lotto tickets.
Whatever
or
the hell.
whatever
This
fuck
was
it
20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But long story short, that's what he was getting into, right? And that's I think it's horrible when you take someone's life savings and
Oh, fuck,
you
absolutely,
piss them away,
man.
right? Like, how can you do that? How can you in your
Humans suck, man. A lot of humans suck, man.
See,
That's brutal.
I-
they should be fucking death penalty, man.
See,
for
I
shit
believe
like
in
that.
this, right? In business, right? Because I run a business, right?
Yeah.
I believe if you're going to make a lot of money and you want to make some good money, you can't really have a like dishonor in business, right?
Absolutely.
I don't lie in
There's
business.
boundaries. There should be boundaries.
There's boundaries, right?
Yeah.
And you should never be dishonest. If you got to be dishonest to get something in business, then you shouldn't be in that business.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't realize that. And the reason I know is because I put up all my own money to run a business, right? So I know if I got scammed like Rob or somebody, right? I've got a little bit of an out because I run a business. But
Yeah.
like to a normal person to get scammed,
$300,000
is a fucking $1,000, right?
$360,000 that lady got ripped, man.
That's her
She's
life
like,
savings, probably,
everything.
right?
Like,
I don't
it's going to destroy her
bank-
life.
The bank should step up and give her back the money, because you want to know something. It's like if you go to the pub and you overdrink.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and a waitress keeps serving you, go out and you fucking you crash your car or whatever. It could be put back onto the pub. Same thing, like when somebody comes up to you and is taking out 150 fucking G's, you should be asking a few more fucking questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
saying-
scare her. Go,
or-
are you, like,
and but not only that, you like learn to read body language. See a woman fucking trembling and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know something? I'm sorry. Like, I see you're in
Something
distress.
seems
I'm
weird
gonna
here.
call the police.
right.
I'm gonna get my manager over here. We're gonna call the police and we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
It's like it's. We can see here that you sent. You had 360,000. You only have 168 left.
Like
and
the-
now
yes.
you want to send the other 168. So we can see something's weird's going on here. And
But here's a prime example.
Yeah.
When I was sending e-transfers, right, back when I was married, and just basically not married, but like, I was in a long relationship. But long story short, when she left, I was sending e-transfers here and there. But they called me after sending so many, the bank, and they were like, "You're sending too many e-transfers.
what's
Like,
going
what
on?"
the fuck's going on?" But you could scam a lady out of 400 G's, and like not a word said.
yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
Fucking mind blowing, right? Is this in the States or Canada, by the way? Just
Canada, man.
That's
She's
another-
from
that-
she's from Vancouver.
get the fuck out of here. Have you guys come across the movie on Netflix called The Cecil Hotel? About that.
Yeah, about the killing. Or
Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't.
You should watch that, man, and then we'll do a little a podcast on that, because until you see it, we can't really talk
And
about
it's
it.
just
But have you seen it?
Cecil right there, right?
No.
No.
But I've seen the trailers.
She's from Vancouver.
Yeah.
And she goes down to LA to stay in the Cecil Hotel. Oh. You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch
Okay,
it.
I'll watch it.
It's pretty crazy. I won't say anything.
Yeah.
Until you guys watch
Is it true story though? Based
True
on
story.
Yes.
True
Okay.
story.
True, 100%. She's from Vancouver. She's a Chinese girl from Vancouver, and she goes to, just spread her wings and says, "I'm gonna go to
Oh,
California."
is that the one that dies in
In a tank?
Yeah.
Watch it. Then we'll have a podcast on it.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
That's
It's pretty
fucked
cool how they can find shit out, but with the help of the public.
Did they end up catching the guy?
They didn't. You gotta watch it, man. I can't ruin it for you.
Okay.
Can't ruin it for you.
Okay. For sure, man.
Fuck,
But
man.
it's that there's a part in that where they blamed somebody for that, right?
Yeah.
And it goes back to conspiracy theories, right?
Oh yeah, they blame that one guy that was last seen with him in the
The
elevator,
metal guy, whatever,
or something.
Long story
and
short,
then she was found in the fucking tank.
they blame this guy, and
Yeah.
and it's because when you go online and you type in like Cecil Hotel, and you
Yeah.
type in Cecil Hotel Los Angeles on YouTube, a bunch of videos are gonna come up. Rob and me in the room just laughing, Marco doing a podcast, whatever you're doing in the Cecil Hotel. They came across a guy that kind of looked evil.
looked different, weird.
They went on his page, found out he'd like to do death metal, and then started sending him messages. We're gonna fucking kill you.
Wow.
We know you fucking killed her. We know you threw her in the fucking. We know it's you, motherfucker.
Wow.
And he's like, what the fuck? Like, I have no. I'm from fucking El Salvador.
Yeah.
Long story short, that got me to thinking about guys like my brother, right? That believe in this stuff so hard, and in the end, it's just not fucking true.
Fantasy, man.
It's not. It's and when you watch it,
Crafted.
you're going to be doing the same
fantasy.
thing I was the first couple episodes of
Fairy
that. You're like, oh yeah, she must have got this. Yeah, it must have been the police. Yeah, what the fuck, right? But when it all comes out, it's just a big fucking conspiracy theory that was made up by a bunch of fucking idiots on the internet.
Yeah. I believe it.
Watch it, man. Blow your mind.
I believe it. I think she was just out of her head and suicidal, and just fucking went in that tank somehow.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah, no, that's
you answered. You answered.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
the more logical fucking thing,
right? But that's what I started to think because we're logical thinkers. But these guys are like, well, she's pressing the buttons. As she's pressing the buttons in the elevator door is not shutting, Rob. But people aren't realizing that me and you have you've been in elevators 1,000 times. What's at the very bottom of an elevator thing?
Yeah.
The elevator open button.
Yeah.
So if I'm pressing that button 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, it keeps registering that you want you want the fucking door open, right?
Yeah.
But they don't put that together, right? Or the cops are hiding. They're slowing down the time on the video of this lady, right? And the reason they're doing it is so
it matches their time.
It matches their time, but it also slows it down just enough so you might look at her and get a good glimpse of her. And they can't give you the actual time frame. It's you got to watch it. How it like they were saying
a little bit of that in
basically what happened was she climbed in the hatch, got in the water tank. Okay,
you're fucked now.
And when the cops went up to the roof, they just didn't check the tank.
Of course not.
They just fucking went around the roof and fucked off.
Of course not. Happens all the time.
So what the conspiracy theories guys were saying is, if she climbed in the tank, how did the lid get shut? But the cop fucked up in an interview, and he just like, oh, when the cops went up there, the lid was shut, but it wasn't. It was open. It's been open the whole time. And that cop making that little tiny mistake sent the 2-3 million people into a frenzy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Saying must have killed her.
I'll have to watch it.
It's very interesting, right?
Huh.
I was watching it when I was getting tattooed, right? So I was like, I didn't.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I want to go do that.
Jesus.
By the first, it's all going to be just all of it, right?
What is it right now?
I just want to get a picture of like me, if I was dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Smoking some weed, counting some money, right? That's what I do. Then I'm going to get this one. I don't know what I'll do. But on the first, I get that done.
Who?
Marcus Tan did.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
6 hours.
Give a shout out, Marcus Tan.
He likes to,
He's
like,
funny, man.
back when we used to get tattoos and you see guys with all the outlines. And then they all be like, I'm going to get my tat done fucking 5 months from now. Right? I got an appointment, right?
Yep.
I go in there, I'm like, no, bro. It's all happening today. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we're finishing this. And we sat there for 6 hours and we did it.
Yeah.
I want it all done at once. I want to walk out of there and it's done, all right?
I
It's addicting, though.
like I bought Casey. Like Casey wanted a tattoo. She's a pretty good artist. So I went on fucking Amazon, bought her tattoo gun, and then she started collecting tattoo shit. I got some tattoos by her, 4 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Show them to me.
I don't want to get naked in front of you right now.
No.
Yeah, of course I will.
I'll do one on my leg or something. Fuck it. Right?
Yeah.
If she's any good, she can do I want to get one on my head, right?
Well, she's getting better, right? She's still like learning and whatever. But
She had the fake skin?
she does, but it's nothing like tattooing on real skin.
You know what Marcus told me?
Like pain.
He would tattoo himself. It's like when he tattoos you, like I was sitting there and I'm like, I don't really, it hurts, but not like it should. You know what I mean? That's not bad at all.
So there's 1, there's 2.
Those are actually not bad.
Yeah. Robbie likes it.
Oh, she did those?
Yeah.
They're not bad at all, man.
No, they're all right.
I'd let her do one. Tell her to draw a little time bomb, right? Like a ticking, like a cartoon time bomb. and I want to put it on the back of my head.
Oh Jesus!
I want to write their time bomb on my head.
Where on your actual skull?
Yeah, skull, anywhere you want to put it.
Jesus.
I swear to God, I'm doing it. But fuck, I wear hats all the time, anyways.
Yeah.
I only live once, right?
Fuck, she might be right into that. She might be right into that to
I wanna do
tattoo
it, like,
someone's head.
on the back of here. I'd like to get it somewhere where my hat can cover, always.
Yeah.
But if I want to go out and wear my hair out,
Yeah. I know Al Duran wants
Yeah, man. So let's
a
just
couple too, and he wants him in pain.
let's switch gears just a little bit here and go into old school fucking house parties, man. It just like it feels like we need to be heading to a house party. Like it's been so fucking long.
I remember,
right?
to be honest, I remember throwing some major house parties at Joyce's house, right?
Yeah.
And I can remember a really good one night where I remember Steve Crome fucking. Do you remember when he knocked out Harper Eat, bro?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he cracked his fucking head on my skull.
Yeah.
On my stairs there.
Yeah.
But I remember that night Jamie Urquhart hitting somebody with a rock and a sock, and
Yeah.
like those are crazy times, right? You know what I mean? Or like that party Steve Crome had at that house in fucking Langley. It was like a Halloween party. Do you remember that
Yep.
fucking thing? Larry Meisen was there.
Yeah.
And
That's where Larry tell about the
that's the Dave Lucas story. But that also was the same night that there was a fight on the stairwell there.
Yeah.
On the front door. I just remember Strawn Syme was fighting. Yeah, you're right. And
Russ.
Big
Russ.
And I remember Russ fighting one night over right behind.
With the skinheads.
Do you remember that house where Biff,
Yeah.
Dean Turco
Yeah.
lived, Strawn Syme?
Yeah.
I remember Russ got in a fight with the skinheads, and that was Shane Forrester's mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Stu. And
Yeah.
they came back, and that was a pretty good fight. But that's where Russ got exposed, bro.
Yeah.
No. Hey, hold on.
he was tough.
That was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, he
That
was tough.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
But he got exposed a little.
That fight happened because of me.
Which one? The one? Which one? Which
Oh,
house?
the one with the skinheads at Biff's. And
I was there for
shit.
that. Do you remember that, bro?
That happened because of me. Because remember, I had the broken arm. I just
Exactly.
had surgery. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we were hanging out with what's her name?
And I was all
Christine and Jackie. Tom was dating Jackie.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was
Jackie Stevenson.
But that was New Year's Eve, and we were there.
Yes.
And that fucking one guy kept fucking like staring at me and picking at me. He kept bumping into me
Yeah.
on this side of my where I had surgery and whatever, right? And he kept bumping into it. And Colin Moore saw him.
Yeah. Fucking
Right?
dickheads.
So
I remember
Colin,
that.
so Colin's like, "What the
the
fuck?"
kitchen.
Yeah, it was in the kitchen area.
Right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Why do you keep bumping into my fucking friend's broken arm, man?" He's like, "Fuck," and the guy's like, "Fuck you." It's between me and your friend and whatever. And Colin's like, "Nah, fuck you."
Yeah.
Between
He's
all
like-
of us kind of
He's like,
motherfucker, right?
he's like, "Yeah, well, fuck, like, want to go outside?" And Colin's like, "Nah, bam," and fucking laced him.
Yeah, that's right.
Laced
That's
him
right.
right
Then he
there.
went
He's
and
like,
got his
Right in the
buddies.
kitchen, I remember.
Right in the
He
kitchen.
went and
in
got
that
his
little door
buddies.
for you.
Yeah, and then they all piled. It all piled
In the
outside
backyard.
in the
front yard.
backyard, and then it went into the front yard on the street where the ditches were.
Yeah, the gravel
Yeah.
Yeah.
driveway, and then the ditches, and that house. To be honest, you guys don't realize that house is one house on the other side of my street.
Yeah.
It's right behind me.
Yeah, it
bro,
is.
where I live now. Mm-hmm. You can see it from where we're looking out, right?
But so we
crazy.
so a huge fight happened. Russ gets into the fight too. And
Why do I
one-
remember fighting in the backyard though?
Because the fight never happened in the backyard.
No, it was out on the street.
I know it was on the front of the street, but what happened in the backyard?
Oh, there was just a bunch of fucking
people were hopping over the
let's
fence.
Go,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go. No, that's I think that's something different.
No, it was the same night. I remember just being
Oh,
in the backyard
I think
for a minute.
our friends were hopping over the fence because they saw people fighting out there.
Yeah,
out in
it was
front.
good. It was crazy. Cops
Yeah.
were there or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
maybe?
And no
No,
cops
they-
yet.
no.
So, anyways, the fight happened, and
Russ had his shirt off. I remember all that.
I remember a different story, like with Russ. I remember Russ and this one. Russ powered
just
this.
finish this one.
Yeah, so Russ powered this guy right through their fucking fence.
Fence.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom, like fucking speared them, and boom, they went right through the fence. They crashed.
Yes, and he had his shirt off.
Yeah, they both got the upper hand on people, and then Keith Hartley was there.
Yeah.
Colin was nowhere near to nowhere to be found, and Keith Hartley was there, and Keith Hartley had two fucking guys on him, two skinhead guys.
Yes,
on
I
him.
remember that.
And I was like, and I ran up and I fucking toe punted that one fucking guy in the face, and then Keith was able to regain himself, get up, and start hammering people out.
Yeah.
Because
That was crazy.
it was crazy.
I
That was
remember.
crazy, man.
I
And
remember
that's
that
one of my biggest regrets is that one.
Russ had his shirt off.
Not jumping in.
Russ
there and just-
Russ did okay, but Russ was losing. He was losing at the start, man. I remember him kind of losing a bit, and
Yeah.
then I remember him grabbing the head. I remember the cowboy boots, The shirt came off.
Right
and he had
through
that
and
then
right
he-
through the fence.
like almost like a
spear.
like a spear.
Picked him up.
But
fucking
at first,
boom.
he either got cracked or something. I just don't. It was so long ago, but I remember him kind of losing for a minute.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, like because I looked up to the guy a little bit. He
Yeah,
was-
because they were like it was him and the biggest.
I
guy
liked
there.
Russ. Russ was
Yeah.
an awesome
he was
fucking guy, bro. Like I remember
Russ
hanging.
was
I
cool.
remember going to Christine and a girl named Jolene. They lived over kind of underneath by where the Crash Crawlies is and all
Yeah.
that. There was a little house there they lived at, and I remember hanging out with them. That's how I got over to that house, right? Because they were there.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty good, and then all the skinheads.
That was
then we all
Shane
left.
Forster's mom's boyfriend.
Yep.
Fucking
Stu.
Shane Forster was there. Wasn't
Shane
he?
Forster was
Yeah,
there.
he was there.
And then Stu
Absolutely was
came,
there.
and I forget why they came, man. It was like one of the. Remember back in the day, you'd throw a party and it just all of a
No,
sudden,
they came because
They thought they got fucking their heads
Somebody got
kicked in
robbed.
by-
they
or-
came because they were also friends with Kubsky, I thought.
No, different.
No,
That's a
different
years
party.
different.
That's years
Oh,
way before that
Yeah.
that happened, man. That we were
Because they
I was
thought
only
they
like
got
18.
fucking. They thought they got the shit kicked out of them by fucking 30 guys.
I was about 18 years old when that happened.
When it was 1-on-1 with,
right.
with Russ, it was two guys on fucking Hartley
'cause-
until I jumped in there and kicked him in the face.
Rob, do you
And
remember
then boom.
how it kind
Then
of went?
was
I remember for some reason we were there, we left, and then we came back
no,
'Cause
maybe
something-
earlier in the night
because something had happened. Like it was like those guys came, and then something happened, and
Yeah,
then we're,
they came and then they came back.
they came back. Yeah, I knew I'm right. I got a memory like a steel trap.
I don't
brother.
remember that part.
Yes, Marco, am I right? Because what happened was we were sitting there, and I remember the party was one of those parties where we went inside, and it was kind of like a little bit of a melting pot of different people, and then they came through, and then I remember something happening, and them leaving, and then all of us were like, they're gonna come back. We're all in the kitchen talking about it. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. No way. And then Russ is like, fuck, I don't, and then we just assumed Russ was gonna take care of the problem because he was always kind of the bigger dude. He was a man child, right? Remember how big he was, bro?
Yep.
For that back in those days, he was Jarvis type big, right? You know,
He was, but he was that super nice guy.
super nice guy, the cowboy hat and everything.
Yeah.
I hung with him a lot, bro.
I remember I got into a fight at a party once, and he was like,
He helped me out a couple times.
yeah, he was definitely nice.
Super.
For sure.
But
But
then,
whatever happened to him?
I looked him up online, actually, and I was
Could you
friends with
find
him for probably about 2 years.
What was his name?
Russell Cunningham, I believe his last name was.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking look that fucker up right now.
Russell Cunningham. Look up Russ Cunningham. That's his last name, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I remember him. I remember partying with him a lot, and he was friends with Jackie
Yeah.
and Christine.
Strawn and all them.
And then
Ian
Christine
Johnson.
Stevenson.
Yeah, yeah.
Jackie was dating Tom Gibb, and Christine, I just remember dating them, and they would always, there's another girl, a blonde girl, I forget, but anyways, but I remember that party, like I remember all of us sitting in the kitchen, those guys coming, starting a little problem.
Yeah.
And then we're all like, they're coming back,
Yeah,
back.
I remember.
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Then
and
they came back with a fucking
They came
carload.
back with a carload of dudes, bro.
Fucking dickheads.
And then we all went outside, and I think a couple people pussied out.
Well, honestly, man.
That's why I think the backyard. I remember the backyard, and I remember there's an alley behind the fence.
People ran. I remember Strawn being out there fucking with his shirt off fighting.
How about this fight? Do you guys remember this one?
But
Go
another
ahead,
one
go ahead.
though is
I got a really good one. Go
Rob
ahead.
beat up a guy fucking that beat up Jarvis.
Oh fuck no, man. All right, yeah, sure.
Which guy was that?
You got to tell it.
I don't know. I'm not telling it because I don't care. I don't care about that fight.
Which fight was it?
It was Christy's boyfriend.
Whose fight?
Well, we were at we
boy.
were at a fucking okay.
If
You
we're gonna
wanna know
talk
something? Instead of
Ross-
fucking listen. It was just mistaken identity.
It was.
Or it was like fuck whatever.
Go ahead. I'm
all
down,
fucking.
man.
We're all drinking at the fucking Whaler pub. I'm not a violent man by fucking nature.
No.
Right. So we're all drinking at the fucking Whaler pub.
The Whaler,
Whatever.
goddamn.
And we're there with Jeremy, Marco, fucking the
crew.
the usual suspects, right?
Durano.
So, yeah, and Duran. So we go to this party. We get invited to this party by Jackie
And Ian Johnson.
Yeah, and Ian
And
Johnson
yeah.
was like, yeah, sure, come on by, you guys. So we go down there. Oh, we're Dallas Stevenson too. He's with us.
KD, Kevin Devine.
Yeah, Kevin Devine, yep, and Kevin's girlfriend. Anyways, we get to the party, the guy who lives there immediately looks at Alex, and I was standing right there, right? Immediately looks at Alex. Like I said, we don't look tough, right? We don't look tough. I don't look tough.
No, you're just
So average, right?
Yes.
Average looking dude. He comes up to Alex and he's like, "Hey, I'm watching you. Don't fucking steal anything." Fuck. Me and Al start laughing and shit, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm offended by what he said. By what he said, right?
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
Al's like, he's like, you can ask anybody here.
That's the
about
last
me.
thing I do.
I don't steal. He's like, well, I don't give a shit. I'll be fucking watching you. Don't steal anything. So, like I said, I'm greatly offended by this.
Yeah.
And so I go up to fucking Ian and Russ. I
your
hope
buddy's a dickhead.
I was like, your fucking friend's a fucking cocksucker, man. They're like, why? What's going on? I was like, he just basically came up to Alex, pointed the darkest guy out of the party, and said, hey, fuck, about stealing and shit. And Russ was like, what?
Yeah.
Really? And I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, okay, well, I'll have a fuck talk with him. So Al's changing the music. Right? On this 6-stacker CD player, right? Al's changing the music. There's no Spotify or none. He's changing the tunes. Guy comes up to him. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you, don't touch my shit. Don't steal my shit. Get the fuck away from him. Al stands up and he's like, what? What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
So we let bygones be bygones or whatever. We're not there to fight anybody.
No.
Right? So I mix a drink and we're drinking vodka orange juice and we're drinking them heavily drinking them. Okay. We're probably on about a fucking 40 pounder and a half by now between like 6 of us. It's a lot, and I fucking mix a drink and he walks directly at me, bumps me in his own house, and I spill the drink, like comes, some spill on the ground.
like a little.
And I'm like, oh, sorry, buddy. I was like, sorry.
I'll mop that up.
I was like, I'll clean that up. Do you have a clean rag or anything? He's like, use that fucking rag over there, and fucking very violent towards me, right? So I go over there. There's what looks like fucking mold in his fucking sink. I don't know what the fuck it is. I pick up the fucking
Tweezer the rag.
Yeah,
right?
I pick up the fucking cloth
Tweezer
with
it.
2 fingers,
Tweezer
and
it.
I can smell it. I can smell it. I drop it and I wash my fucking hands. I was like, hey man, I will totally clean it up, but I'm not using that stinky ass fucking rag you got there. He's, what do you say? I fucking live like a pig. I was like, man, I can see this conversation's going nowhere. So I did what I did. I picked up the fucking rag, wiped the floor, and I was like, threw it like in his general direction in the sink. And he's like, you better fucking watch what you're fucking doing. I was like, either way, I washed my hands, right? I washed my hands with soap, and I was like, it's done, man. I was like, I don't know what your problem is, man, but
He was a big fucking guy.
I was like, we don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with you. Neither does the Mexican guy that you keep accusing of stealing. Fuck. I was like, we don't have a problem.
Exactly.
This guy would kill you.
Yeah, right. He's a big
guy.
fucking guy, man. Like, I'm giving up fucking pounds and inches to the guy.
Yeah.
So we're all outside now, right? We're all outside and we're smoking outside on the back deck, and the back deck's pretty small. It's one of those
Right.
tight ones that goes out and then walks downstairs to
Right.
get to the backyard. So we and the bathroom window's right there, and there's a screen on it and whatever. And this guy barges in the bathroom, right?
No, it was Dallas first.
No. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
Dallas first.
Okay.
Kevin is waiting outside, and a few other people waiting outside to use the washroom, right? So it goes, Kevin's waiting to use the washroom.
Right,
This
right.
person, maybe it was Dallas in there first. This person fucking walks out, and this guy barges the line. It's his house. He's allowed to use the washroom whenever he wants. Doesn't matter. People are waiting. Barges the line. And he hears us outside smoking. We're just laughing and whatever. And he's like, hey, what's up, you fucking chicken dicks, or you little dicks, or baby dicks maybe even, right? And boom, I was like, fuck, I thought it was Dallas.
Because Dallas was just in the washroom.
Yeah.
You know that.
And he was like fucking, and he sounds just like Dallas. Right? So I was like, watch this. I take a big, huge swig of drink in my cheek, and I spit it right through the fucking screen. It covers this guy in fucking vodka OJ all over his neck, tits, and ass. And he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh my God, that's not Dallas. It's the fucking guy who owns the house. And he's pissed. He's pissed.
That's good.
So Kevin quickly goes in the washroom, right? And Kevin's like, and this guy comes out and he's like, who fucking did? So Kevin zips up. He gets the fuck out of it. He doesn't even take a piss. He just
dodge.
And
He fucking gone.
he opens the door a bit and he's standing there or whatever. No, Kevin was still in there. He had to piss. Okay. But anyways, he comes out and he grabs the smallest guy, which is Lance. He sized us all up quickly, grabbed the smallest guy, which is Lance. Lance like, I didn't fucking do it. And right then and there, I was like, we're not getting out of this one.
Yeah.
I was like, I did it. And if you want to fucking do something about it, let's go to the back lawn right now. And I fucking ran to the back lawn. Took off my jacket and I stood there.
Yeah.
I just stood there.
You got to intimidate him a bit.
I was like, come on, man, let's fucking do it. He's like, oh, you're fucking dead. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, shit, I got to take a shit now. Like, my fucking blood's pumping. He hit me so hard in the fucking ear. It made me mad. And I was like, you cocksucker. I grabbed him. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking smashed him. He went down to the ground. I landed in full mount on the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's over, man. I was like, the fight's over. I'll crush your fucking head in. Kevin, by this time, is down beside me. And Kevin's like, three times. I was like, this is your second warning.
Yep.
If fight is over, he's like, you let me up, I'm
dead.
gonna fucking kill you. And I was like, last time, he's like, let me up. Fight fair. And Kevin's like, Rob, pound him out. Boom, boom, elbows.
Get the hooks in.
He rolls to his side, then rolls to his back.
Kevin's
and
like, choke him out.
He's like, get your hooks in, choke him out. So I did it. I did it till he passed right out. And then not only that, my ear was throbbing and he hit me in the ear. It makes me mad. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yeah, I'm waiting for the fucking puke to come. The whole thing of shitting is now past. Now it's vomit.
Now it's exactly. Now the adrenaline's
just
going.
waiting. I like
That adrenaline, man, don't matter.
So I puke a little bit, and then the guy comes too, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" And he was on all fours, and I fucking
booted him.
Booted him right in the face, and he rolled over. Kevin's like, "That's it, boys, we're out of here."
The best part is I'm in the house. Kevin comes up to me, Marco, let's go. I'm like, why, man? This is great. Marco, let's fucking get out of here. Don't ask questions. I walk out. I see this guy fucking on the lawn. I'm like, uh-oh.
But
the funny thing is, though, this is what this guy says. Russ calls me, Marco, man, like, what the fuck's going on with your friends, man? Like, they three of them beat him up. I'm like, whoa. There was no three fucking guys beating him up. It was T-Bone and T-Bone only. So Big Boy that beat up Jarvis, or so-called beat up Jarvis, which I will never believe.
Yeah, I don't believe
Jarvis
either.
is a fucking animal. T-Bone fucking wrecked this guy.
Yeah, and then because
funny,
like even
man.
because Jeremy was still there and Dallas still stayed there, and then they were like, okay, we're out of here. After the fact, they came over and they all like, fuck, how many of you guys fucking hit this guy? Because he came in, he's like
They all jumped me.
your fucking friends jumped me. I want everybody out of this fucking party. His face was just fucking.
We probably felt
mangled.
like that though. He probably hit you. You hit him, and then he just got wrangled like a rag doll. He didn't realize what happened until he woke up, right?
Yeah,
He
he woke up twice.
Well, because he wakes up and you've elbow smashed him, then turned him over and choked him out. You probably didn't know.
Okay, he woke up 3 times in a matter of 5 minutes.
I choked a guy at the bar one night. Asked
That's
Marco
awesome.
when they come to. Honest to God, like when
It's fear in your life.
It's just fear.
Absolutely.
Because
Because he could have killed you. Like,
Yeah,
if you hold the choke, the guy's dead. Like,
and those guys realize that.
But Kevin was there. As soon as the guy went out, Kevin was like, that's enough.
No, I don't understand that, but when
Thank
he
God,
woke up,
thank God, 'cause I was
he
gonna
wakes
hold
up
it in.
and, like he's so it's buddy, he probably pooped his pants or something too, man.
But we're like we were young.
It was
and dumb
crazy,
and whatever.
man.
And the guy, you want to know some?
You beat up what? You beat up a
Hey, you
bully.
ever remember that one fucking...
let me say this.
go
I
ahead.
honestly, truly believe that some people deserve a beating in
Oh,
life.
Yeah, it's their bullies.
And that
Yeah.
that bully did.
Bullies, that's a bully.
Oh, yeah.
I tried everything to avoid it except
It's
for
like-
the spitting on him, which I
it's
thought
like-
it was Dallas.
okay.
I really did.
Dallas came in. He took a piss.
Yeah.
I remember, and he was like, "Hey, fuckers." He's like,
Yeah.
"You little fags," and
Baby
then we're like,
dicks.
and he's like, "You little baby dicks."
Yeah.
And so, and he was picking it with us. We're like, "Fuck you, Dallas. Just fucking take your leak." And then he's like, "Ah." So then when the other guy stepped in and started doing it, Rob thought it was Dallas still.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't
Dallas
know. People
is
call me an
awesome. Love you,
asshole for
man.
that. I did it. There's no denying that, but
I don't give a fuck, man.
I still like I still wake up, every day and think about it, like how I became.
Hey, it could've
Hold
went-
on. Just let me finish. How I became fourth toughest in Surrey. I just leaped over everybody.
Yeah, you
I
beat up a guy that beat up Jarvis.
I remember that. It's so weird when you guys talk about certain things. It starts to come back in my head, these little memories.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like sometimes I feel like I can see myself standing there watching certain shit, right?
Oh, you probably were there.
Because I remember the
We
house
were all
now.
there.
I remember the house.
There was a shitload of us.
It was-
and you might have been with
Trevor
with-
Felton.
Yeah,
I can
Felton was
remember
there too.
going to that house, and there was a house where we went to one time. I don't know.
It could have been Ian Johnson's house
It was
as well.
you. No. It was a party where we all went to, and there was you walked to this house, and they had a front door, and you walked in, it had one of those glass type.
No. Hold on. I know what party that
You know
was.
what party I'm talking about, right?
Jarvis threw a party up towards Sun Gonorrhea.
That's right.
What is
Oh,
that?
or is this the only house he lived in Sungun?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Hold on
Remember
a
that
second.
one?
This
Yeah.
one was fucking.
You remember the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
were you
then
at the party? Go home, pigs.
Yeah,
Yes.
the cops
Yes,
tried
okay,
to get
same
in
one.
through
That's
the door.
the one I
We're
was
like all
talking about.
chanting and shit. Okay.
And then these guys were the first thing they would do is they were selling weed out of that fucking place. And then you would go in there and they would have a motorbike. I remember a motorbike being in the kitchen and then laying patches in the fucking kitchen.
Fucking Surrey's finest.
hilarious.
Man.
So they throw a big party, and me, Rob, a bunch of us.
We took the bus.
took
Oh,
the
that was
bus. The bus.
Yes.
Were you there too?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. We all took the
Went
bus.
to the party and there was like go. And the pigs were at the door and they locked the fucking that same party, right?
Yeah. And then we all locked the door and stuff.
Yes.
But let's
Were
go.
you there for the arm wrestling?
Robbie was
that
arm
party was
wrestling
so
guys.
fucking
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
was probably
So we-
smoking weed in the back.
It was huge.
When
man,
we
the
get
party.
there was like fucking.
It was funny.
Felton was there. Everybody.
like Strong Symes there,
Yeah.
fucking
Ryan
arm
Felton,
wrestling,
everybody,
fucking Ron
yes.
Drager and shit was arm wrestling.
Right.
And Ron Drager, by far, and Corey Perry too.
Perry's
Like
strong.
like when I was arm wrestling, they would beat me sometimes. I'd beat them sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember.
You were
but-
good.
Yeah, and
yeah.
but so someone like these guys are all arm wrestling, right? And this guy has beat fucking everyone, even Ron Drager and fucking whatever, right? And he's a short, stocky Chuck Norris looking motherfucker, right?
Right.
You know. And so everyone's like, Rob, get in there and arm wrestle him. Get in there and arm wrestle him, right? And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Rob was pretty good at arm wrestling.
Just strong little
Strong little chucker.
So I was like, no. And then Marco grabs me. He said, get the fuck in there, man. I'm going to bet money on you. And I was like, oh, shit. So I fucking get in there. And
Sorry.
the guy, like, he was arm wrestling. He was doing a lot of lefts. So his right was still pretty good. His
Right.
was still healthy.
Yeah.
So actually, I didn't arm wrestle him first. I arm wrestled a few people and whatever. And then all of a sudden it was...
Oh yeah, go.
And then all of a sudden it was me and him in the fucking
final.
in the
Yeah.
finals,
Yes.
right? That's right. So I had to arm wrestle a few people. So it was me and him in the finals. And here we go. And anyways, we're like,
I remember
we
this now.
got somebody setting us up like over the fucking top here, holding it in there, making sure we're locked.
You had your hands. I
Yeah.
remember there was someone over the.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and then boom, we go, and there's nothing there.
There's a stalemate.
No. There's nothing there. This fucking guy's like, he's like looking like a fucking BC hothouse tomato. He's turning so red. There's just nothing there. Nothing could possibly do. So I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, and give him a little bit, and then I just like, wah, boom, and down he went.
Yeah.
That
It's best 2 out of 3.
do
Best 2 out of 3. And the second one, and I remember we went 3, and the second one, he was like, boom, he's like going, and I lost that one. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, well he's got like, you know,
He must be dying out. Too.
yeah.
it's your time.
Yeah, and I was like, boom. So we get up there again. Someone
Stallone
over
time.
the tops us
Yeah.
one more time. We're going, boom, and I beat him.
Yeah.
And I beat him. Like, I beat him.
And you went, ooh.
No, that was while he was trying to, like, struggle back. And I was like, ooh, boom. I was like, ooh, making all these weird noises out of it and shit.
Humiliating.
And so as the party progresses and goes on and on and on and on, Marco collects his money. Still hasn't paid me for that, by the way. But just kidding. And so as the party goes on, this motherfucker's seeking me out.
Yep.
He's seeking me out
For revenge.
Oh, he was
for
not
revenge.
happy.
He doesn't want to arm wrestle anymore. He wants to fight me.
Yeah.
Right? And so we fucking go, and every time he comes into a room, I go out of my way to get out of the room. But
Pussy.
we're downstairs now, outside, right on the front porch, right after we just told the pigs to go home and whatever. We're downstairs on the
That was like a rancher, though.
No, it
It
was,
was a double level.
It was a 2-level.
Yeah.
As soon as
It
you
was
walk in,
like a California.
as soon as you walk in, you get to go downstairs or
Yeah,
upstairs.
yeah.
like
Like a California.
down-
It was a split level.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
And so we
It wasn't like a house. Like
We're-
yours.
we're outside, and this guy comes out there, and he comes out there with his buddy, and he's like, dude, he's picking a fight with me. He's like, you know, you fucking humiliated me. And I was like, dude, it's just arm wrestling. Like, fuck,
Exactly,
man,
relax.
it's arm wrestling. Today was my day. Today wasn't your day. You know? And he's like, no. He's like, fuck. You know, like, and he just, he kept, like, invading my space. And so his little mouthy buddy was there, too. And I'm outside with just me, Marco, and Daryl. That's it. Me, Marco, and Daryl. That's it. And so his,
Might not end well for them.
so he goes, so this guy is like right in my face. So what I do is I drop my chin so he can't headbutt me on the nose. If he's gonna
Chris
headbutt
Liebenham,
me-
right?
Yeah, if he's gonna headbutt me, he's headbutt me on the top of my forehead.
Smart move.
And I'm looking at his hands.
Cranium, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at his hands, and he's just barking and barking and barking.
You waiting for the hands to go, right?
Right? And so his hands clenched, and he's just like, yeah, you fucking.
That's what I always do.
You fucking fat little piece of shit, and fucking.
You can see it coming.
Oh, yeah.
Laying, and so I see his hand go up for the
Yeah.
uppercut. I grab him, flip him over, land him on his back. I might pop off one shot. His buddy jumps in there because they think we're pussies. They can just
Right,
kill us.
right.
Buddy jumps in there. Marco slaps this guy in a fucking full Nelson.
Swear to God.
And do you remember that stucco that was made of glass back in
Stucco?
the
That's what I was telling
And
you.
glass.
That it had that
yeah, that glass.
beer bottle thrown into
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's right. And Marco basically fucking cheese grated his head with that.
That's what I was telling you. Remember?
Boom, boom, boom.
I
And
slapped
then-
him in a full Nelson
remember
within
watching
like
it, I was
fucking
like,
7
this is-
seconds. I went bing, bing. Fucking head bounced his head off.
and then he, and then I was like, you know, and then he's like, hey, you fucking guys are dead. And then fucking big guys starting to get back up there. And Daryl
That
was just
ignited a frenzy, that
so,
fucking fight,
So
buddy.
Daryl just kicked him in the ribs.
No, he jumped on his head.
He jumped on his head. He jumped on his head.
Oh
yeah.
boy,
Yes.
didn't kill him.
And then, but hold on,
Thank God.
hold on. So, anyways, we leave.
Here's where it gets fun.
Yeah, we leave. We go in the back of. Think about this. I'm 19 years old, or no, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, we're 20 at
and,
the time,
and,
yeah.
And you guys are like roughly 18, turning
Yeah.
19, whatever,
Yep.
right? And so we jump in the back of Smooth Pink.
Yeah, we were on Nordell's fucking
Walking home because we
Urquhart.
missed the
Scott,
bus.
Scott's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm like, we took the bus here. He's like, get the fuck in and stay
Yeah.
down.
So we
got,
rode
there's
home in
13
Smooth
people.
Pink.
Smooth.
Remember
Pink,
that
man.
truck?
That
That was
truck was
awesome.
killer, man.
Hey, but anyway,
Fucking
so
love Scott.
fast forward, fuck, I don't know.
A year.
No, 6 months later.
Yeah.
Fast forward 6 months later.
This-
Jab's 19. I'm 19.
This is
and Richard
funny.
Briggs is, or
Just
we're
turned.
19, 20 years old now, right?
So it's time to go to the bar.
yeah, me, Jab, and Richard. So
Right.
we're all like, we work up the courage to go down to the fucking Dell.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
To the Dell, the three of us.
First time.
First time ever in the fucking Dell.
Let's get it.
You know, we're just gonna go in there. We're just gonna have a drink, and we're out of there.
Yeah.
We just want to check it out and see what it's like.
Yeah.
So we go in there, and
Is
Jab,
this the bird stripper? The stripper or the pub?
the pub, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oasis.
Yeah, the Oasis. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Corvette Lounge.
yeah, is in between. Yeah, right next to it. Yeah. So we're in there and fucking, you know, and then I see that dude, the fucking Chuck Norris looking motherfucker from Sun God.
He was
right?
thick. Redhead motherfucker.
I see him across the room, and he locks eyes with me, and he starts fucking telling his buddy, he's like this, and pointing in my direction. I was like, oh, fuck.
It's like on.
Yeah, and I was just like, we just fucking walked in. So I go and fucking tell Richard and Jab, I'm like, this is exactly what I told him. I remember word for word. Guys, we got to get the fuck out of here, and we got to get out of here now. Jab is all about asking questions and investigating.
Yes,
why?
exactly.
We just got
We
here.
just got here.
What's happening?
What's the problem?
Yeah, what's
Yes,
the problem?
exactly,
You know,
I know.
I'm just like, Jab, shut the fuck up. Let's get to the fucking car. I turn around to like, let's get to the car. I turn around to look where these guys are. Now there's more of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I turn around, Jab and Richard are gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I leave out the front door because I know where we're parked, right?
Right.
I go over to I'm walking towards the fucking car, exactly where we parked it. And all of a sudden, the car's not there. The car's gone. I turn around, all of a sudden you hear, hey! And I'm like, oh, fuck. I turn around, no word of a lie, man. There's at least 18 of these fucking guys. 18 of them. And, they're walking faster, and I'm walking backwards, but a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And this next part is my fault. Absolutely 100% my fault. So they're walking closer to me, and they're like, "Hey, you fucking remember us? You fucking guys jumped." I was like, first of all, we didn't jump you.
Yeah.
Me and you was
like,
that was over a stupid wrestling match. When I put you down and cracked you one in the face, your buddy came in to jump on me, and he got put in his place. And then my buddy just put you in your place.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't want to fight. Right. I was like, I don't want to fight. I'm gonna be walking home in I'm gonna be getting home in an ambulance or the hospital. There's 18 of them, right? Yeah. And the wiry little one that Marco cheese grated his head off. I'm just looking down the line and I'm looking up the line. No. When I turned away, cheese grater fucking head came right over the top, right over his body. It's like something like out of a movie. And he's like, boom, cracks me in the head. Instantly, I'm like, turn around, run. And so I start running. They start running after. Come here, you fat fucker. I was like, fat as fat can be. You'll never catch me. I don't give a shit who you are, man. I was running. I get to the fucking, I finally hail a cab. I'm like, we need to go up to fucking max 108, 140.
Oh, that's fucking, yeah.
He's like, well, I don't really want to take you that far. I was like, no, please, 108, 140. So we finally get up there. There's Jab and Richard. Jab's got a hockey stick. I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, what? He's like, I was like, where the fuck were you? I was like, honestly, Jab, I turned around to look at these fucking guys. You were gone. And it was like, we were waiting. I was like, don't say you're waiting in that car, man. I walked out to the car and it was gone. I was like, you fucking left me there to get my head kicked in. He's like, well, I had a hockey stick. I would have swung it at them. I was like, you fucking motherfuckers, man. They left me high and dry.
I talked to Jab about it. He was like, well, I don't remember it that way. I'm like, oh, yeah.
The best fight story I can remember is I remember one time. Do you remember the time that we all had that drinking contest? Do you remember that time at Lance's? Was that?
Yeah.
Was that at Lance's house?
Was that Lance's dad's house? Yeah.
And we had teams.
Yeah, your team versus you guys versus
younger
us.
guys against the older guys.
And I can remember how it went. We had garbage cans, and you had to throw all your empties in that garbage can. But if you puked, any beers that you drank
don't count.
They don't count.
Yeah.
And I can remember, I think it was like Dallas or somebody ended up drinking like 10 beers and then puking. And then all of a sudden, Shane Forster slaps him right in the face.
Yeah.
And then do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
It was like, I can remember, and just.
And Shane wasn't on our team. He was on your
team. On my team. Yeah. And then, I don't know how we all started fighting, man.
It escalated.
In the backyard.
I remember our team was doing good. Jeremy just his fucking 12 beers were gone. Alex's 12 beers.
I did okay. I think it was like 9 or 10, right?
But it was so.
And
what
it was within a 2-hour period or something.
You had to do it in 2 hours.
2 hours,
and then you had the 1 hour after the 2 hours.
Case of beer each, though.
Yep.
Case of beer each, right?
So you had the 1 hour waiting period, and if you puked after that, if you puked after 3 hours in total, you were fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you puked after the 2 hours,
or the 1 hour,
and that 1 hour after the 2,
right,
your beers got taken away.
Yeah.
But you know how the fight started? It started with the Shane Forster slap. Then Then Garnet got pissed off at Shane,
And that's what it was.
And then they started pushing and shoving. Then
And then
Lance
you
went.
guys started fighting,
Then
then
Lance
Lance-
went down there and
Yeah.
said, "No, not here, man. We're not fucking doing this here." And then fucking somebody told him to fuck off. And then
I can
we were
remember
all
fighting in the
involved.
backyard.
Yeah.
And then out
there
in
was
the
a
alley.
tent up in the yard for some reason. There was a fucking tent up in the yard. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
not
yeah.
know why. There was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking tent up in that yard. And I can remember all of us were fighting, and then I would be looking at class, and we're about to fight, and I'm like, why would I want to fight? Like, why are we fighting, right?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make sense
Oh,
to me.
we're
Every time I turned to hit somebody, it was like, we're friends, right? But then there was actually people going at it, man. I forget who was going at it that day, man. But that was
funny.
fucking funny, man.
It was. That was a good
That's
time.
like what being 16 with fucking
How much beer
and trying
can
to
we
pound
drink,
a
though?
12 fucking beers.
As young guys, we were probably a little older, maybe 17, 18.
I
we're
remember I only
17.
drank 7.
I was
in the
like
2 hours.
9 or 10.
You
Yeah,
put
I
that shit in front of me now, I'm crushing.
Yeah, that's what I
17
meant.
now.
But I remember back then, there was a couple dudes like it was Duran and
and
Shane
and
Forrester
Ian Johnson.
could pound pretty
Holy
good.
fuck. Did you ever see Ian Johnson fucking when they had the bong out? I seen him do like fucking 8 beers at once, man. Like they fucking
I
threw
remember.
in, and it was
Do you remember?
holy
do you remember Holiday
fuck,
Hills?
man.
Do you remember a place? There was a place called Holiday Hills back in the day, and it was like a place you go up in Kelowna, and they had 3 concerts a night, like one every night.
Yeah.
And then you'd go up there, stay in this Indian Reserve, and I can remember Ron Drager doing a beer bong competition.
Yeah.
And what these fucking guys were doing is they would fill it with beer, and
then
they
they
put
would throw
vodka
hard, yeah,
hard in
motherfucker.
that fucker.
That one guy died.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
and
one
then I
guy
can
died. I
remember.
wasn't there, but one guy died.
I was there, and I can
they were doing
remember
that.
when I was up there, they had the ambulance come for one guy, but
Yeah.
Ron Drager did that, and the whole weekend, done. Shit his pants.
Yeah.
It was like crazy.
Alcohol poisoning. Yeah.
Done.
Could have killed him.
Could have killed him.
If he wasn't fucking
So
200.
fucking big,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I can remember being up with Jamie Urquhart and all of them. I was like, "Where's Ron?" He's like, he's like the guy. And years later, I found out like he was in the tent shitting his pants, bro.
Yeah.
What happened is he'd do beer bongs in front of everybody,
And then they would throw fucking
Vodka
tequila,
or
vodka, whatever the fuck it is.
by the time it's down your throat.
Yeah, no, Klaus told me. Klaus was there. And he's
I was-
like, that,
Klaus was there, yeah.
He was like,
fucking
and
losers.
the one
That's
guy,
cool crowd posse for you.
the one, well, it wasn't our friends that did it. It was other guys that
Yeah,
did it.
that's the cool crowd
Yeah,
posse. CCP
exactly.
doing that for you.
That's the cool crowd in general, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't them that did it. It
No.
was other people because you're at a party, so other people would just
Yeah,
run
take
up
it
there.
back, cool crowd posse.
Yes.
Other people would just run up there and
What it was,
and
it
fucking
was a
spike the
place-
drink. It was like
That's what
like-
shut down Holiday Hills.
like
I'm
Peach-
telling you,
Peach Fest and shit.
It was the best time. Yeah, Peach Fest had a little place, and it was on Indian Reserve. It was called Holiday Hills,
Yeah.
and you'd buy a wristband. And for 3 days, I seen Biff Naked, Matthew Goodman,
Yeah.
and someone else, but Headstones.
Yeah.
And every night would be a different concert.
Yeah.
And you get all hammered all day long. Like I didn't sleep.
So
at all.
people are doing beers thinking it's just a beer, but
Yeah,
then as
okay.
they're about to drink it,
They're
they don't
throwing vodka in
they
that
don't see the
motherfucker.
fucking guy putting tequila up there. So you fucking down it, and like
You're fucked,
fucking
right?
Kill you, man.
And I can remember honestly,
Fucking
that was the most drugs
dickheads.
I've ever seen. That's back when Elijah and those guys lived over in that house, and they had a friend named
Mikey B.
Big Renee.
Yeah,
Big Renee, who drove the Corvette, right? And that guy had it was just the amount of drugs up at Holiday Hills was insane. And I hung out with Dave Lucas that whole weekend.
Oh fuck, that must have been fun.
So
man.
funny, bro. There was this guy,
He's
me and him seen
hilarious.
crawling out of a tent, right? And Dave's like, dude, man, like that guy, man, he needs to be fed with peanuts, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, look at that animal, man. You don't let guys like that out.
That guy's a
He's like, they don't
squirrel.
let guys like that out usually. They need to be fed with peanuts. And I'm like, I look, because I'm all hammered. What are you talking, peanuts, right? He's like, look at that animal. And he crawled out, and he was this guy with a beard, and he was all high, right? But just Dave Lucas was so funny, right? Whole weekend, that was like our theme, right? Look at that animal, right? That's exactly how he said. He's like,
Oh fuck,
he's like,
man.
look at that animal. The guy needs to be fed with peanuts. Like, 'cause you gotta feed him far away, right? Dave was super funny, right?
man.
But that's the kind of I remember me and him, we stayed up for 2.5 days straight to the point where I was putting Mark Perrin's fucking sneakers in the cooler. Right? And there was at Holiday Hills, what they had is they had a
Yeah.
campsite that was right next door, Marco. So if you
Yeah.
had your campsite, you could kind of listen to the music, but it was
Yeah.
it was like a budget version of Holiday Hills.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was this guy, and I had been up for 3 days, and I swear to God, I started throwing everything out of the cooler just over the fence. And this guy by the time I think it was a log went over or
Like a fire
steak,
log?
everything. Like if I had a steak, it went over. If I had a beer, it went over. Every can. And this was for hours. And this motherfucker, by the time he popped over the fence, and when he did, I realized I got to stop doing what I do. That's taught me a serious lesson, because if he could have crawled over that 12-foot fence because his head popped over, he looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro. And I was like, yep, I'm done. All right. It was me.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, you fucking one more fucking piece of meat comes over this fucking fence. I'm throwing everything, bro.
I got
I'm
hit in
talking
the head with
hot
a
dogs, steaks. And all of a sudden I look in the fire and I'm like, it's burning log time, right? And that's when he was like, popped his head over.
You're
He goes,
dead.
one more piece of meat or log, you're done. And I was like, all right. But long story short, I'm getting at
That's
back of
funny,
all the
man.
drugs I did at that day. Not one single guy got overdosed other than booze.
Yeah.
My point to
How it is now, man. It's
how it
fucking
is
crazy.
now, right? So there we go.
Yeah, because that'd have been back then. Holy, if the drug problem,
Oh,
all the fentanyl,
we
and
would have
shit,
no
there'd be-
friends left.
They would have to bury people on that.
There was not
fucking
one
holiday
overdose
hills.
in that place, and I can remember being up all night long.
Yeah.
Right? You know, even if you go up to like certain places and you go in and you walk in and you get like even cocaine nowadays, like it's all different types, like that wash. It tastes like coconut and this and that. I just, that's scary shit, man.
Yeah, but they do that so they take out all the impurities. So if there is fentanyl or anything in there, then you don't get that.
I didn't know that.
Why
See?
that's why they do that.
That's good.
So you're safer to get that shit than the other
Because
stuff.
someone's fucked with it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because at least they, and then they add like bubblegum flavor or whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, fuck. Okay, man. That's a Rappo.
Rappolini.
T-Rash.
T-Rash.
Fucking T-Rash, man. A lot of fucking fights you got into today. Eh?
Good stuff.
I've been
though.
31.
Oh, yeah.
31 and what? Street fights?
You beat a guy that beat up Jarvis, man.
Oh, stop saying that, man. What if that guy wants to come at me now? I'm an old
Never.
man. I'm an old fucking man.
Oh, that would be
It's
hilarious.
different nowadays.
Oh no, hold on, Rob.
You get
So
you get
hold
more
on,
balls, right?
we gotta finish that story about the fucking arm wrestling guy after that fight,
Oh, yes.
because
We'll just do it real quick. Still
okay.
recording.
yeah, it ends pretty good.
So after the whole Dell thing, right? He about I'd say like 4 months later or whatever, me, Tim Dog and Daryl are in the mall. Yeah, we're in the mall. Surrey Place. And I look over my shoulder and I see that fucking guy eating some chow mein out of fucking
Get
Manchu
No, it's
Wok.
true, it's true.
Get out.
Manchu Wok.
Chuck Norris
So-
eating chow mein.
I go over there and I
Chucky Norris eating
Yeah,
chow
yeah.
mein
Hold on,
at the mall.
Chuck
Go ahead.
Norris eating chow mein.
And so I go over there and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And whatever. I think his name was Mike, I think. I'm not
We're going to
sure.
call him Chuck Norris.
Chuck
Eating
Norris.
chow
But anyways, I
mein.
was like, hey man, how's it going? And he said, oh, pretty good. I was like, well, he saw that I was with people
yeah,
and he was like backing off, like, like whatever. And it made sense, right? I was like, this
Yeah.
could happen every time. Every time I see you with my buddies,
We
we
can
can
throw
rough
it
you
out
up.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every time you
yeah,
see me,
yeah, yeah.
you can rough me up or whatever.
Yeah.
And we squashed it.
You guys truced?
Yeah, we truced. And then we went to, when I went to Champagne's, he was there and he bought me a drink.
What was his name, though? Wait, remember?
Yeah, I think it was Mike.
that's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool though.
It is.
I can remember in school, before we wrap up here, I can remember getting to a fight with a bunch of Iranian guys, and long story short, years later, I ended up having drinks with them.
Yeah.
They came up
Yeah.
to me, they're like, we
It was
got
Young
to
and
squash
dumb.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
squash this shit.
childhood shit, man.
You know, we're all too good for that shit, right?
Yeah.
I actually like seeing someone that I had a problem with.
Yeah, and
then
just
having a drinky.
work it out.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
fuck
man.
it, right?
Yeah,
It's
for
over.
sure.
You know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is. So he
Because
bought me a
nowadays,
drink.
over the last 10 years, they fucking come back and shoot you, or it escalates. Right?
Yeah.
Definitely could, right?
Yeah. Fuck, that's funny, man.
Peace.
Okay,
do it up.
fucking right.
So what's just gonna keep this running?
Yeah, just keep it running, or I can stop it.
I gotta go. No, don't let your
One of these times, man, you should just get your brother to show me, man.
Yeah, I will too.
I'm one of the guys that can. I'm not too stupid.
Yeah. No, you do right away.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, I could probably figure that out for us.
I'm gonna go watch the hockey game.
What game?
yeah,
What's going on?
Knox Oilers, man.
Where is that?
Stop